How are we all doing? Welcome back to another night of Champions League football. If it's anything like last night, it's going to be a great night, isn't it? Let's be honest. What an unbelievable footy match that was last night. Inter Milan and Barcelona, maybe one of the best semi-finals, maybe the best semi-final we've ever seen in the Champions League. Unbelievable night of football. I'm confident we're going to get another good night tonight. I just really can't stomach the thought of Arsenal going through. I've got to be honest with you. I'm really hoping PSG nick it. So it is going to be a borderline hate watch. I've got to level with you. It is going to be a bit of a hate watch. But I'm really rooting for PSG here. But again, listen, got to start the stream. We've got to let you know. This stream is brought to you by our sponsors. A massive thank you to our sponsors as well, by the way. Our sponsors, Match Bingo, who are sponsoring Premier League Dad to the end of the 24-25 season. If you've not heard of Premier League Dad before, you definitely need to. But Match Bingo are an absolute genius new app. They combine all the fun, all of the excitement that you would associate with traditional sports betting, football betting. Again, if you like a footy bet like I do, Match Bingo is definitely worth a look. They combine all the excitement of the footy betting with bingo, all the fun you'd associate with bingo. What happens is you deposit and you get a bingo card with 15 random events on that can take place during the game tonight. It could be things like, for example, corner to Arsenal or free kick to PSG. And as the game is going on, it will tick those off on your card and you can get rewards for a line and for a full house, the same way you can in a normal bingo card. It's really exciting. It does make a slight difference, I think, to how you watch the match and how you interact with the game. I think it's really fun. I've got my bingo card. There's over 10,000 active players in the UK for this app. It's massively growing. For 10,000 active players, £200,000 plus of prize money that's been paid out as well. And it's a great app. Go and check it out. If you scan the QR code that's on the screen right now, you will get, if you deposit £5, you'll get an extra £10 for free to get used to the app and understand it and get to know it and see how fantastic it is. So go and check it out. You can also click the link in my bio and go and have a look at it. Yeah, it is really good. I'm still getting used to this whole promotion thing. I'm sure you can tell. But yeah, go and check Match Bingo out there. Absolutely fantastic. A really cool site, a really cool app, and you can go and download it to your phone right now if you go and check it out and click the link in the description. But I'm very excited as well, not just by Match Bingo, very excited to watch this match tonight. I really do think that look at the Parc des Princes, right? Look at it. What an occasion. What an absolutely fantastic stadium, theatre, venue for this game to be taking place in. It's 32 minutes to kick off. It's already chocker. It's absolutely chock full. There's been the usual stories tonight, as we've seen. Arsenal have been producing the usual content on the socials, haven't they? That we're going to win, we're going to do it, we're going to turn it all around. And I'm sure, look, I don't blame him for that. But it all is a little bit cringe, desperate, reaching. I don't know. There's something that really irritates me about it. Does it you? But either way, they are here tonight for this one. PSG, I still think are overwhelming favourites. I still can't look past PSG tonight. I really can't. I think it's going to be a fascinating game. And we do have the lineups to check through as well. Let me just take a quick look at the old lineups. So, we have tonight for Arsenal. In fact, we'll go PSG first. Why not, the home team? So, PSG have got Donnarumma in goal, Hakimi right back, Marquinhos, Pacho, Mendes. Same midfield three, Neves, Vitinha, Ruiz. And then in the front three, it is Barcola. Not Dembele, Barcola, Doué, Kvaratskhelia. Now that is a blow. That is a blow. However you want to dress it up, Dembele is only fit enough for a place on the bench, and that is just a slight nick to my confidence coming into this one. I've got to say, I'm a little bit upset by that. I really thought they'd have Dembele and Kvaratskhelia up front. Now, Barcola's not a bad player, by the way. Barcola's a very good young player. Doué the same. Kvaratskhelia, we know, is phenomenal. But it does just take the edge off. I think Dembele's been terrific this season. One of the contenders for the Ballon d'Or, of course. And the last thing you would have wanted is him out of this one. Arsenal have gone exactly as we would expect. There's no changes really at all for Arsenal. They've gone exactly as we thought they would tonight. It's Raya in goal. It's a back four of Timber, Saliba, Kiwior and Lewis Skelly. It's the midfield three that we were expecting. Partey, Rice, Odegaard. And it's the front three we were expecting. I know Trossard did play at the weekend, but it is Martinelli, Saka and Mikel Merino. So, yeah, it's kind of as we were expecting. The only real surprise tonight with those lineups is Dembele being out of the lineups. No Dembele. Yeah, no Dembele. That's the real... That's the really tricky one, isn't it? That's the one I'm just not quite sure on. But yeah, I am really, really... I've been looking forward to this one for some time. I've been looking forward to it, certainly since the first leg anyway. I've been looking forward to it and just getting myself psyched up for the fact that Arsenal might be going to a Champions League final. And we can't have that, can we? We can't have Arsenal in a Champions League final. Come on. There's no way we want Arsenal in a Champions League final. It'd be a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Edward, how's it going? Good to see you, mate. Yeah, really good. Hope you're doing good too, mate. It's a big, big night of Champions League football. Again, still reeling, to be honest, from the the Inter Milan game last night. What a performance that was. Absolutely outrageous from Inter Milan. Right, so let's try and get this all synced up. Brøndby have gone out of the Danish Cup. I know that won't matter to anyone watching particularly, but it's that's bad news for anyone who's had a little bet on the old Danish Cup. Brøndby going out against Silkeborg. Right, okay, so Lewis Skelly looking confident there. I can't listen. There's no way Arsenal are going through, are they? Please tell me. Someone reassure me. Someone reassure me that Arsenal aren't going through here. Edward, are you okay? Yeah, I'm good, mate. Really good. I've had a little bit of a cold. Today, or I woke up with a bit of a cold. So, yeah, I feel like I've been sneezing all day again. And my little dog's not feeling so good. Got a little Dachshund. And he's got a sore back or sore legs. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, he's a little bit worried about my dog. Edward, Barca went through, right? No, mate, Inter Milan went through. Yeah, I can't believe, did you not watch it to the end? Yeah, Inter Milan. Barca were winning up until maybe the last couple of minutes. And then Inter Milan turned it round. They scored with about 30 seconds of normal time left. And then they scored again in extra time to win it 4-3 on the night. So it was a huge, huge turnaround for Inter Milan. And again, after the second half performance, I don't think they really deserved it. I thought Barcelona were the better team for the second half. But, you know, there you go. Inter Milan are through to the final. So they away to whoever wins tonight. I still can't believe Arsenal didn't get a goal at the Emirates. They played particularly well, I thought. I mean, do you know what? Martinelli missed an absolute sitter. Martinelli missed a sitter. Merino had one just ruled out for offside. They've had a good few chances in that first leg, Arsenal. I think they'll be gutted that they didn't put at least one of them away. And, you know, I'm sure, as much as I want them to go out, I'm sure they'll be quite excited coming here thinking, well, you know, we did hurt them in the first leg. They haven't got Dembele. You know, maybe we can nick something here. They've got to think it. They've got to fancy themselves. They've got to go here and believe that they can. You know, as tough a place as the Parc des Princes is to go, and we've seen that already with Villa and Liverpool earlier this season. You know, 1-0 for Arsenal, and they can take it to extra time. I don't know. I'm still thinking it's going to be a low-scoring game. I've got to be honest with you. I still think it's going to be a low-scoring game. Oy. What's your predictions for tonight? My predictions for tonight. Yeah, I think it's going to be low scoring. And I still think PSG go through. I mean, I said last night was going to be low scoring, didn't I? My logic last night, my rationale last night was that because there was a 3-3 in the first leg, that managers would look at that and go, Hansi Flick and Inzaghi would look at that and go, no, do you know what? They don't like it. They don't like it, managers, when your defence is conceding 3 goals in a game. So my rationale, which I thought, my logic was pretty sound, they're going to look at it and go, right, tighten up at the back. Tighten up at the back. Try and minimise how many chances we actually give up here. And it went the opposite way. It ended up being 4-3 last night. So I know I'm getting the feeling there's going to be a low-scoring game in this one, which would indicate, based on my track record, it's probably going to be a high-scoring game. But yeah, I think PSG do just nick it, and I think PSG go through on the night, albeit probably in extra time. I don't know. And it's so tough to call. This one I think is tougher than the one last night. And admittedly, I thought Barcelona were nailed on to go through last night. So it does just show that the 4 teams that have been left in the tournament, there isn't much between them. There really isn't much. It's so tight to call. It's exactly how you'd want the Champions League last 4 looking. So let me know what you're thinking in the chat, by the way. Let me know what your thoughts are, your predictions. I know there's quite a few of you that seem to think that this is a real opportunity for Arsenal tonight. Quite a few Arsenal fans who've been telling me for some time that they think this is definitely an Arsenal win. There's quite a few Arsenal fans who frequent our chat, so it doesn't surprise me that Arsenal. I've got this confidence, this aura about them. Again, we're seeing all the socials are pumping out all the stuff that we thought they would before the game. If you go on Arsenal's social media, I've got to be honest, it is a little bit cringy, and even Arsenal fans are saying that, to be honest. What was the last one he posted out? Yeah, let's have a look. Arsenal. Where is it? Ready for business. Yeah, no, not that one. Make it happen. That was it. Just a picture of Declan Rice saying make it happen. Oh, come on. Come on. Cringe. If we're the best versions of ourselves, there's no stopping us getting into that final. It's a Declan Rice. We're full of belief and positivity. A huge Champions League night in store. How to watch all the action in Paris from where you are. Well, it's live on TNT. It is live on TNT Sports, for what it's worth. Whoever wants to check it out, whoever is going to be watching tonight, yeah, it is live on TNT Sports. And the lineups, as I say, we've already gone through them tonight. But if anyone wants them, give us a shout. Drop me a message in the YouTube chat, or in the Twitch chat, or X, or Instagram, or Facebook, or wherever it is you're watching us tonight. We've got a lot of PSG fans, a lot of Arsenal fans, a lot of Spurs fans in the chat, would you believe? A lot of Spurs fans. And we'll be talking about other stuff throughout the game tonight as well, of course, as we always do. We'll be covering, the United game tomorrow night, the Spurs game tomorrow night, the Chelsea game tomorrow night. I think, admittedly, is that JJ Okocha? No, that's not JJ Okocha, surely. He looks so different. Is it JJ Okocha? Ex-PSG as well. Ex-PSG, ex-Bolton. It is JJ Okocha. Blimey. Look at him. He was a great footballer, wasn't he? JJ Okocha. 113 appearances for PSG. I think he played at the same time as Ronaldinho. Quite a few people have asked about the shirt behind me. Ronaldinho PSG shirt from the 2000-2001 season. Pretty sure he was playing alongside him then. I think Mikel Arteta was as well, actually. I'm sure Mikel Arteta was in that PSG squad. And Pochettino. There's quite a few who were in and around that PSG squad then. Lots of famous faces. But I can't get a read on this game. I'm not going to lie. I can't get a read on it. Of course I want PSG to go through. I want PSG to go through. And I know, there's quite a few who keep giving me the stick who say, why are you supporting PSG? Support your English, support your local team. You're an English fan. You should be supporting the English teams. Absolutely not. I don't buy that for 1 second. They don't support us when we're in Europe. They don't support Spurs. Spurs don't support them. Man United fans don't support us. It's a rivalry. You don't want them to win. I don't want them to win. And look, I'm not a massive PSG fan, by the way. I'm not a massive PSG fan. They weren't particularly... Paris, when Liverpool were last in Paris, it wasn't a particularly good night for Liverpool. And the Paris sports minister, or the French sports minister, has just apologised to Liverpool fans for the absolute shit show that happened in Paris last time we were over there. Callum, where's everyone tonight? I don't know, mate. I think, to be honest, you might have spotted, I'm not sure if you did, Callum, that the TikTok, I've been, the live has been, I've not got live access on TikTok for 3 days, basically. 3 days I've been prevented from being on TikTok because last night one of the guys in the chat here on YouTube asked me about the sponsor that you can see on the screen. I made the mistake of talking about the sponsor during the TikTok, and it immediately flagged up, and so I it's my fault. I have to be more careful when I'm talking on YouTube about said sponsor. So yeah, they don't allow it, and it's immediately knocked me off YouTube lives for probably 3 days or so. So it might be a tad quieter on the comments tonight because we won't have TikTok, but we do have YouTube, we do have Twitch, we do have X, we have Instagram, we have Facebook, and I was gonna get it going on Rumble tonight as well. I was gonna go on there, but like I said, it's live on multiple platforms still. We've got lots of comments dripping in through the night, even if we've not got them coming in from TikTok. So yeah, so it's all good. We'll still be watching the game. We'll still be enjoying it and giving the usual feedback and answering all the questions and stuff as the night goes on. So let me know what you're thinking, mate. Let me, make sure stick with me. Interact throughout the night. If it does dip, if we do have a drop for the next 3 days, I get it back, I think, on the 11th of May. So that would be, what date are we on today? 7th. So right, so not today, I get it back Sunday, I think. So 8th, 9th, 10th, yeah, Sunday. So we'll be back in time for Liverpool Arsenal. But I'll miss a load on Saturday. I don't know what games we've got. We've got 4 on Saturday, 4 watch-along Saturday, 1 tomorrow, 1 Friday. So there's tonight, there's 7 games we're missing. 7 games we're missing with no TikTok. But it's not the end of the world. Who cares? It's fine. TikTok's loss is our gain. We'll just have a chinwag and have a natter, and they'll, I'm sure, gravitate back to us. It's all good. I still can't believe they're missing Dembele. They're just showing the highlights back from the first leg. I can't believe there's no Dembele. That's such a huge miss. Donnarumma's going to have to be good tonight. He's going to have to be really good tonight, isn't he? Can someone give me some reassurance? Someone give me some reassurance in the chat that this is going to go down as we all hope it will. It's going to be a PSG win. Can't believe it, honestly. No Dembele. Barca aren't in the final, which means that if Arsenal get through tonight, I'm telling you they're winning it. If they do beat PSG, it'll be the first time I have seriously contemplated the idea that Arsenal are going to win a Champions League, and it'll be minging. It'll be absolutely minging. Oh, please no. And it's not even Arsenal. Arsenal, the club, I ain't got a problem with. I'd love Arsenal, the club, to win a Champions League. First time they're winning a big European honour. They deserve it. They're a big club. No problem with them. It's the Arteta brigade and the fans. Some of the fans, not all the fans. Some of the fans and Arteta and Ty and Robbie and all that group and all them on socials and Rory. Oh, just absolute Again, I don't know them personally. I'm sure they're nice guys, but so frustrating to watch. So infuriating, which I guess is part of the charm and why they do so well. So, but it's mega infuriating. It does make you not want them to win. So, hey, there you go. Callum, PSG win 2-1. I think it's going to be closer than that. I think Arsenal probably get the win on the night now. And I think it goes to extra time. Yeah. If it goes to extra time, I don't know. If it goes to extra time, then I mean, look, we had a big night last night on extra time, didn't we? Inter against Barca. That went to extra time, and everyone thought Barca are going to get it. Barca are going to get it. Didn't quite pan out that way. It's a tough night. Very tough night. Declan Rice driving forward. They all seem to think that this is going to be, the whole party coming back into the team is going to free up Declan Rice. That's exactly what everyone's been saying, isn't it? That's certainly the thought process from the Arsenal fans, that Thomas Partey is the game changer tonight. Thomas Partey has been missing for the last Champions League game against PSG. He came back into the side against Bournemouth, which Arsenal lost. But for that moment, Declan Rice got forward and seemed to make more of a difference in the final third. So therefore, they've used that as a spring to leap to, well, that must mean that Declan Rice is going to be our big attacking threat in Paris. I just don't want a fast start. I kind of want it to be really cagey. Ben, are you still not able to go on TikTok, mate? No, Ben, no TikTok tonight, buddy. I get my access back on the 11th. I appealed. They said no. I mean, I say they said no. The computer-generated system said no. Computer said no. And there's no, right to appeal. There's no, you can't speak to a human to get it overturned. It is what it is. It's 3 days. 3 days, slap on the wrist. Don't talk about it again. That's basically the situation. So, no TikTok tonight. All on YouTube or Twitch or X or Facebook or Instagram or whatever. We're live everywhere right now. But as I say, if you want to comment, then if you want to comment, make sure you get it in the comments wherever you're watching this, because they do all come in to the same place. Ben, what did you do? I talked about the sponsor on TikTok, and TikTok don't allow gambling. Basically, that's it. That's the long and short of it. TikTok don't allow gambling, promotion of gambling activities on their site. So sad. It is what it is. But it's my fault. It is my fault. I'm not necessarily even blaming TikTok, because I did know that. I did know you can't talk about it. And what I did was, and that's why the new setup was, I have my phone there, I have the camera here, and what I do is, I start the stream, I promote the sponsor. I'm getting slightly better at promoting the sponsor, I would say. The first few times I've been doing it a little bit all over the place, but they are really genuinely a good site. Go and check them out. But what I'd do is I'd start the stream, I'd do the promotion to the sponsor, and then I would go live on TikTok. So we would still get the traffic, we would still get all of the engagement that we normally get on TikTok. So I know some people prefer it on there. That's fine. So I still have the TikTok stream running, but I also have it all running on YouTube and all the other sites as well. So that's basically what happened. I got asked in the chat mid-game with the TikTok screen running, can you tell us about the sponsor? And I did, and it was my fault. So there you go. It is what it is. he's live even on. Yeah, not quite. Ben, you're still here then, mate. That's the main thing. Great content. Keep doing your thing, pal. Cheers, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure we'll still get a few slide over from TikTok, and on the 11th when I get my slap on the wrists finished and I get the content back, or I get the ability to post back on TikTok, on the 11th on the Sunday, we'll be live for 3 or 4, no, we've got 4 games this Sunday. So, yeah, it's all good. We'll be fine. Sam, good evening. Good to see you, Sam. How you doing? Good to see you. We are going to get a few people crossing over. I'm sure there's some hardcore still. I did speak to Corinne, by the way. I spoke to Corinne. Someone was asking me about Corinne. Where is she? We've not seen her in a number of streams because she's been a hardcore follower for so many weeks and months now, and we've not seen Corinne for some time. She is coming back. She's coming back tonight. I think she's been poorly. She'll probably tell you herself. She's been poorly. She's fine though. She's feeling better, and I'm sure she'll be back in the next game or two. But yeah, she's missed. I think she missed a week or two of footy, of lives. And I said if it wasn't just me, a few others had noticed your absence, so it'd be good to have her back. So yeah, I'm sure a few of the regulars will cross over at some point in the night. But even if they don't, it's all good. We've still got a game to watch. We'll have a nice night. So, right. We've got 19 minutes to kick off. Let's go and have a look at the chat on some of the other places. Right, okay, so Twitch. Hi Key, how's it going? What score do you think tonight? Good, yeah, really good, mate. Just dealing with all the bureaucracy and politics and all that, trying to get everything set up. But yes, otherwise all good. Hope you're doing good too. Predictions tonight, I think it's going to be 1-1. 1-1, PSG go through on aggregate 2-1. I think it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. Tight, low scoring game. That's my prediction. Oh, I hope I'm right. Let me know what you're thinking, but I'm definitely going for a low scoring game. Draw. Score draw. PSG qualify. I just hope Arsenal... I've got a horrible feeling Arsenal don't run away. I don't want them to. I really don't want them to. It's going to be minging if Arsenal get anywhere close to that Champions League final. Sam Holloway, I'm decent. Rear for this remontada. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, how you doing? I'm doing good, mate. Yeah, really, really good. I'm just trying to get all this sorted. Oh, there you go. Ready for this remontada. That's right. Okay. Great. Fantastic. That's what we want. I don't think there's going to be a remontada, though. I'm hoping not, anyway. PSG all the way. Come on. Allez les Bleus. Allez les Bleus. That's what we want. Any other big sports news today, by the way? Let's pick up on the old sports news. There's been quite a bit dripping out today. Dembele benched is the Sky headline. Dembele benched as Partey returns. There's no way he's been benched. There's no way Dembele's actually been benched. Surely. I can't believe that for 1 second. He's not been benched. It's an injury. It has to be. You wouldn't bench him for a game like this. Spurs midfielder Maddison to miss the remainder of the season. That's a blow. But I still think Maddison is replaceable for Spurs, isn't he? I mean, for tomorrow night, not necessarily a huge issue. The 3-1 up, you would imagine they're going through. If they get to the final, no Maddison. Again, I'd still fancy him to beat United. Leeds considering move for Everton's Beto as transfer kitty revealed. Leeds going in for Beto. That's one I wasn't expecting. Bloody hell. Sam Holloway, he got that hammy injury, didn't he? Yeah, he did. Oh my God, is that Alex Ferguson? So Alex Ferguson in the stands tonight for Arsenal and PSG. Good grief, he gets to wear water, can't that lad? Although I'm sure it wouldn't surprise me because Ferguson, since he's retired, has got more and more. He was always into horse racing, wasn't he? And he's got more and more into horse racing. And the Qataris and the Saudis absolutely love horse racing. So I'm sure he's probably there as one of their guests. I'm sure he's probably rubbed shoulders with the Qatari and the Saudi royal families at different points. I know it's the Qataris here, or the Emiratis. I'm sure he'll have rubbed shoulders with them over over the last few years and got friendly with a number of football club owners out there. Yeah, Donnarumma's big save there against Liverpool. There's one there against Watkins. They had a couple of big chances, didn't they, Villa? That Donnarumma did really well against. Sam Holloway, Sir Alex is a gunner tonight. Well, I think Sir Alex again is he is quite close with Mikel Arteta as well, because they met when David Moyes was at Man United, and there was talk of Man United trying to bring Mikel Arteta in various guises, allegedly. So I'm sure there's been conversations with Sir Alex and Mikel Arteta at different points in his career. Plus, he's obviously worked at Manchester City for some time, so I'm sure they've crossed paths in Manchester at different points as well. Goals from set pieces. Is that number of goals from set pieces is a record low for PSG? Is that the good from set pieces? He was very unlucky, as Liverpool. Really unlucky. Callum, it seems like Simeone is really keen on Antony. I don't blame him. I have to say, I know we've kind of all joked about Antony and said how he's a very good player, and United, look at this player at Betis, he's doing well, isn't he? He's not just doing well, he's doing like unbelievably well. Antony's only been there, it feels like 5 minutes, and he's had a better season in terms of goals and assists than Vinny. And when you talk about, I don't think Vinny's had a terrible season. He's maybe not been at his absolute best, but he's still playing for a Real Madrid side that made the Copa del Rey final, that's still got a chance of winning La Liga going into the last few games. They're still a top team, and you would have expected Vinny to have very, very solid numbers. I think they're okay. They're maybe not, again, they're not elite. They're not terrible, but they're all right. I think that's really surprising that Antony has outscored him and out-assisted Vinny already this season. Jaden Rees-Thompson, why aren't you live on TikTok? I can't, mate. No, I've had a temporary ban. A 3-day ban. For some, I know what the reason is, but basically, I talked about my sponsor. I talked about my sponsor last night during the game. It's my fault. I talked about my sponsor, and yeah, you're not allowed to promote gambling activities on TikTok. So it's entirely my fault. But I'll be back on Sunday, Jaden. On Sunday, we'll be back on TikTok as normal, as usual. It'll all be fine. But for the next few days, the next few games, it's entirely on YouTube, Twitch, X, Instagram, Facebook, various other places. Sam, how much do you think Antony goes for? The way that he's playing, it's going up every time, isn't it? I'd hope that Betis would have some sort of an agreement in the deal and have negotiated that beforehand, just in case he went there and was absolutely phenomenal, which he has been. As Callum's saying, look, it's likely that maybe there'll be other suitors for Antony. It won't just be Man United's, like Betis, for example. It won't just be them. Man United will be considering probably multiple offers for him. So they might be able to play a few teams off against each other. And I think if United got 40 million quid back for Antony, they'd have done well. Because I think he's probably only worth about that. 40 to 50, maybe. And they'd have done well to get that for him, given that he's on whatever it is, 80 million they paid for him. So they'd still have to write off 40 million quid they've effectively set fire to if they get 40 million for him. So I don't think they're going to get much more, but he's certainly performing at a really high level and he's doing really well. He might yet win a European trophy with Betis and get them in the Champions League next year. So, and he would undoubtedly be the player of the season, you would imagine, as well. They've had a really good season. Jaden, 16 days in a row. Yes, good lad, Jaden. Sticking with us, love that. That's what we want. Callum, 35 to 40 euro. Yeah, about that. That feels about right, doesn't it? Feels about right for Anthony. Do you know what the more interesting one actually is still, we've mentioned it on the chats in recent games as well, is Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes going to Saudi. Bruno Fernandes is on, what is it, 200 and something, 250, 300,000 pound a week, whatever he's on at Manchester United right now. After he's taxed, he takes home about 120,000 pound a week after tax. Now, he's being offered, allegedly, by the Saudi teams, 1.25 million per week after tax. That's 10 times his salary. Now, if you can buy whatever you can buy on £110,000 a week after tax, you can probably buy at £500,000 a week after tax. You can probably buy, like, but it's still a big jump. Like, whatever wages you're on right now, you've got to put it in that context. But put an even bigger accelerator on. So let's say you're on an average of, I don't know, maybe you're on £30,000 a year, maybe you're on £50,000 a year. If someone off, let's say 40 for an ballpark, right? If you're on £40,000 a year and somebody offers you another job for £400,000 a year, which is exactly the, like, that's the jump we're talking about with Bruno Fernandes. That's hard to ignore. That's really hard to ignore. And especially if they offer Manchester United, whatever it is, maybe 110, 120 million, 120 million quid. If that's the case, I could see him selling Bruno Fernandes. You know, he might not necessarily want to leave, or at least he might not be thrilled about the idea of leaving, but I think he could be convinced. And moreover, I think the Glazers and Ineos would love it. 120 million quid for him at near 30 years old, however old he is. Oh, they'd take that every single day of the week. And not only that, if they got 120 million for Bruno Fernandes, all the United fans would then go like, "Oh my God, we're gonna do this full rebuild." They wouldn't spend half of that. That wouldn't go to servicing the debt. It'll all get sucked into the club. They're trying to build a stadium. They're trying to cut costs and cut corners. If they can sell players, that's exactly what they'll do. I am telling you, it might be the worst thing that could happen to United for them to get this Champions League. It might be the worst thing. If they win the Europa League, I think that might hurt United more in the long run. Seriously. Sam Holloway, totally off topic. Have you ever watched Final Destination? Yes, I have. Well, I have. I know the concept of the film. I think I've watched different ones. I think I've watched like Final Destination 1 and 2, but a long, long time ago. And I've only watched them maybe once or twice. So I couldn't reference like specific characters, but I remember like various scenes in it, like where they're driving behind. Because me and my missus always say it all the time when they're driving behind the lorry with the planks and the stuff on the back of the lorry, and as soon as you're driving behind it, the first thing we always say to each other is move over, move into a different lane. Remember Final Destination? Absolutely, you don't want that. Sam Holloway, money like that sets your family up for generations. Yeah, that's true. And do you know what? Like, it's still different though. It is still different because if you're on £110,000 a week, like say Bruno Fernandes is, he's on £110,000 a week, and he decides that he's going to move to Saudi. £110,000 a week, you can buy anything. You can buy anything you want. If you want to rent a helicopter, if you want to rent a boat, you can rent a multi-million-pound boat for 3-4 months and go on holiday if you want with that. No problem. You'd still have lots of money to spare. You can have the nicest house you want. You can have multiple houses. You can start businesses. You can rent private jets and fly wherever you want private. Like, whatever you can do with £110,000 a week, there's not it doesn't get much more. The difference isn't huge going up to like £1 million a week. It's big, but it's not like massive. The jump from, say, £40,000 a week to, say, £140,000 a week, it's not as much of a, like, Bruno Fernandes is 10 times, that's maybe only 3 or 4 times. That's massive, that's huge. So you've got to imagine that it's going to be the real consideration for Bruno Fernandes. Callum, I'll be looking at the way PSG play because it's our opening Club World Cup game. Well, we'll be here for the Club World Cup as well. Keep an eye out for that. Callum, Cholo needs to get rid of Koke, Griezmann, Lamar and rebuild. Yeah, definitely a rebuild needed at the Wanda Metropolitano. Jaden Rees-Thompson, what's your job? My job is this. I quit my job. I used to be a sales director for an advertising sales manager, sales director. Worked in... I've done all sorts of jobs over the years, but I was a sales director in Liverpool for a good few years. I had my own business for a bit, and I decided to quit and do this. It's a long story, but I decided to quit and do this for a year and see how it goes. See how it goes. Maybe I can turn this into something. I don't know. Maybe I can't. Maybe you lot hate me and you don't stick with me and it doesn't work out. And at Christmas time or whatever, I'll go and get a job again and give it up. So if I'm still here this time next year, it's going okay. It's going all right. It's making progress. So that's basically what we're hoping for. Everton 428. I just want Delap, man. Yeah, what was the story with him going into that house at Goodison Park? What happened with that? I thought that was really cool. Apparently he went in and he signed the wall at Goodison Park. Did you see that video on socials? I thought that was quite odd. Like, as in, why would he do that if he's not planning on moving to the club? Or has he got any sort of attachment to Everton, like family? Did he support him as a kid? I don't know. I wouldn't have thought so, because his dad's Rory Delap, right? They were around. Didn't he come through the Derby Academy, Liam Delap? And his dad was playing for like Stoke, and So I don't know. Edward, are you not on TikTok tonight, mate? No, I'm not on TikTok tonight. No, I was going to say, if you must have missed it, Edward, I can't go on TikTok tonight. I've had a 72-hour ban from TikTok lives, basically, because I talked about our sponsor on TikTok. It's my own fault, my own stupid fault. I knew I couldn't promote them on TikTok, and I did mistakenly last night. So they've given me a bit of a slap on the wrists. I can't talk about them tonight on TikTok. So we're not on TikTok tonight. We'll be back on TikTok on Sunday. We're only on YouTube and Twitch and various others, and X and Instagram and Facebook and whatever. We're on those tonight. So the chat will be slightly quieter, I would imagine. TikTok does seem to get quite a bit of traffic, but it's all good. Stick with us. Sit with us. Everton, what do you think? Everton 428. What do you think the chances of getting Delap are? I think your chances of getting him have gone up. Purely because, if you remember, maybe a month or so ago when the news came out about him potentially wanting to, he's going to leave. He is going to leave. Of course he's going to leave. And there's a £30 million buyout clause. All of the rumours, all of the noise came that he was going to be going to maybe an Arsenal, maybe a Liverpool, maybe back to City and they sell him on. Maybe he's back there as a backup to to Haaland. Maybe he goes to a Newcastle, whether as a backup to Isak or a replacement for Isak if he goes. Chelsea have been linked to him as well. Nicholas Jackson's not been pulling up many trees. All of the top sides in the Prem have been linked to him, and those have just kind of died off a little bit. And I think it's because they were never really interested in him, or at the very least, Delap would have wanted to. I think it's a World Cup year next year. Liam Delap will want to be playing week in, week out. There's no way that he goes to a Liverpool, an Arsenal, a Chelsea, a Newcastle, a Man United without an absolute guarantee that he is playing week in, week out. I can't see it. He could go to a Villa, but it would be heavily reliant on Villa selling Ollie Watkins. He could go to a Newcastle, but it would be heavily reliant on them selling Isak. And it just then does make you think, it's the same with Man United. They're not going to sell Xerxes, they're not going to sell Højlund. They're not going to sell him. They're not going to make enough of a loss on him, so they're going to keep him. They're going to be United strikers next season. United would like a striker. I'm sure their fans would. They're not going to get a striker. It's going to be them two for next season. So I think Liam Delap now could be looking at teams maybe a touch lower down the league, and Everton could be one of them. Yeah, a team that will say to him, if you come in a World Cup year, you will be our number 9. You'll start every single game. You'll be one of our best players. So yes, yeah, I absolutely do. I think Everton. I think West Ham. I think you could probably apply that to Wolves as well if Jørgen Strand Larsen goes. There'll be a lot of teams who are in that sort of, not quite in the relegation battle, but definitely not top half, definitely not even mid-table, kind of just in that little bottom rung of players. It wouldn't surprise me actually if Brentford went and had a look at it. If Brentford managed to sneak Europe, imagine that next season, Delap and Burmo and Wissa. Right, we're off. Here we go. Huge night in Paris. Let me know your predictions, by the way. Sam Holloway, I'm shitting myself and confident at the same time. I am a little bit nervous as well, just because I really can't have Arsenal in the Champions League final. Oh, and they're already away here. They're already away. Edward, can you say all the places you stream on, and I'll get my family to follow you now, bro? Oh, cheers, man. It's for the time being, even if you just get them on YouTube, We are on Twitch. We are on X. I think you already follow me on X, don't you? Just them, mate. Just start us off with them. It's all the same link. Just search Premier League Dad on all of those platforms, and yeah, go and check them out if you can. That'd be amazing. All of the help's really appreciated. And again, also, if you want to support the channel, that's the main thing. If you want to support the channel, all I would ask you do is go and follow us, comment, like, participate in the lives, because all that does, it doesn't cost you anything per se, but all it does is it tells YouTube, we like this guy's stuff, we like it, let's keep pushing it out to more and more people. If you flit in and out and you leave it and you abandon us, then that tells YouTube all they need to know. And I'll have to go and get a job at Christmas time. I'll have to go and get another job and we'll stop streaming. So yeah, if you can stick around for the duration and comment and like and give us the old smash that thumbs up button. I never thought I'd say that, but you know what I mean. If you can do that stuff, the stuff that doesn't cost anything but really helps us, I promise you it'll be a massive help. But this is great. Thank you. Appreciate it. Lots of people have moved across from TikTok and other platforms, so all good. Callum, it's a big game, especially for Odegaard. It's a huge game for Odegaard. There was a video on that Arsenal fan channel. I'll not say who it is, but we all know who it is. That Arsenal fan channel talking about whether or not Odegaard should have the captaincy taken off him next year. Ball in, chance. Oh my God! Declan Rice very nearly 1-0, 2 minutes in. Oh, it was stood up to the far post. I'll tell you something. That could have been 1-0. It probably should have been 1-0. Rice leaps above Marquinhos there like a salmon. Marquinhos is going like that. He's trying to say that he's been pushed. Yeah, you're not getting that, lad. Rice should have scored there. That would have been 1-0. And what a start that would have been. Jesus Lord. Sam Holloway, I see Delap at West Ham. Yeah, sorry, that you bang right. Yeah, I think you said that even before I said it, to be honest. Everton 428. I love the way he plays, and he plays like an Everton striker, and apparently Everton are going to offer him a lot. I honestly don't think he'll be... I mean, look, I'm sure cash will make a difference, but I think Liam Delap will go to the team that offers him guaranteed start. You're going to be our number 9, and you're going to be starting pretty much every game. That's going to be a factor for him. He won't be going anywhere next season where he's got to compete with another established striker. Not in a World Cup year. Because he'll have in the back of his mind that if he wants to raise his profile, he needs to be in that England squad. He needs to be going there with Harry Kane about to... He's maybe Harry Kane not retiring, but he's not far away. He'll be eyeing that up. Oh my God! Oh my goodness me! Great save by Donnarumma. Jesus Lord! Again, Arsenal, two massive chances. We are barely... Why's the clock stopped again? Why's the clock stopped? There you go. We're off again. Yeah, they've got to score there. Who is it who actually comes in and gets that on target? It's Martinelli, isn't it? Oh, yeah, they have to score there. They have to score. Jesus, tonight. I honestly can't believe what we've just witnessed. Goodness gracious me. Ben, I think Brian and Burmo leaves this summer. Yeah, I'd probably agree with that. Unless Brentford can somehow get European football, which is certainly not off the cards. Saka, stand up to the back post. It's all Arsenal here. It's all Arsenal. We don't want a fast start. Ball into the box again, cleared away by PSG. They're riding the luck here, PSG. They're struggling to get out. It's all Arsenal. Oh my God, this is going to be a dreadful night. Oh, John, Coventry City to go up. We're live this Friday, John. We're live this Friday for Sunderland and Coventry. Well, Coventry and Sunderland, isn't it? The first leg at Cov. So we're going to be live for that. We're live tomorrow night for Bristol City against Sheffield United. If you want to watch that with us. We're not going to be watching Man United against Bilbao because who can be bothered with that, let's be honest. Kind of glad we've not got TikTok for Man United and Bilbao. It means we don't see too much of our mate Aaron and the others. I'll get accused of manufacturing this and making it happen. But yeah, Man United and Bilbao tomorrow I think is a bit of a non-event, isn't it? Can't see it, especially with Bilbao leaving the three best players in Spain. No Nico Williams, no Inaki Williams, no Oyan Sanset. It's a certainty that United go through. So I'm not even going to bother with that one. We're going to watch Bristol City against Sheffield United tomorrow night. So yeah, that'll be a good one to see who might be coming up to the Premier League next season. Which of those do we think could be, if any, a top Premier League or a reasonable Premier League side? Oh, Martinelli, great play, corner to Arsenal. Jaden Reese, is it true that David De Gea is going to Man United? No, not at all. David De Gea is going to be staying at Fiorentina. And we'll be watching Fiorentina as well this weekend against Venezia. Ben Twist, Leeds looking at Beto for the summer, has almost certainly relegated them before the first whistle has been blown. Ben Twist, was that on target, mate? Yeah, oh yeah, listen, there are lots and lots of these Arsenal chances, which I think, yeah, the Donnarumma one was on target, the Martinelli shot. Donnarumma's done well there off the corner. PSG are really riding the luck. They are really, really riding their luck. It's scary, actually. It's the last thing we needed was this sort of a start. Oh yeah, the first goal's important, all right. Long ball into the box, come out to the edge of the area, shot. Oh my God, what a save by from Odegaard. The ball came out to the edge of the area. We talked about Odegaard being a player that they need to watch. Oh my God, it's a low shot. That is that is the save of the tournament. That is the save of the tournament from Donnarumma. Don't listen. Honestly, he's gone down. I think just out of sheer adrenaline. The save we saw last night from Jan Sommer was outrageous, absolutely outrageous. That was even better. Donnarumma has just kept PSG in it. He's been keeping PSG in it all night already. But Jesus Lord, that was absolutely unbelievable. An absolutely wonderful save. Right, 1 second. Let me catch up with the chat. Reese, 6-1 Arsenal. No chance, Reese. Come on. Ben, Leeds looking at Beto. We've done that one. Ben, was that on target? Yes. Everton, how much do you think we will get for Beto if we sell him? Well, you paid, what was it, 20, I think you paid 25 million for him, didn't you? And they were open to selling him. I think I'm right in saying this. It was Udinese, and Udinese needed to sell him. They needed the money. and they'd valued him at around about £15 million. And Everton agreed to pay close to 25 million to allow them to structure the deal over a longer period of time. So I think they still owe money on Beto. It was like a pay nothing now. It was like a Klarna deal. That was what basically got Everton Beto. They were looking around for strikers that they could do a Klarna type deal on. We'll pay nothing now, but we'll pay you a bigger fee over longer. And that's why they got Beto, because they were looking at other strikers, and the clubs that they were talking to wanted, a big chunk up front or all of it up front. So that's one of the reasons why Everton ended up with him. I think it might be the same sort of a factor with this one. Do they stick with Beto? Do they, could Leeds maybe offer more to try and get him sooner? I don't know. I would say he's probably worth about maybe 15, maybe 10, maybe 15. Another long throw. It's all Arsenal with these long throws into the box. It's a very direct start, I'll tell you that. It's very, very direct from Arsenal. Callum Mendes and Hakimi are like 18, 19, Robbo and Trent. So yeah. Right, this is the first we've seen of PSG getting forward. It's the first time they've even got in the Arsenal half. No, that's poor. Really poor, that from Barcola. You've got to do better there. Got to do better. Reece Donnarumma, top tier time waster. Oh, if you think this is time wasting, wait till you see how he gets on later in the game when they're 1-0 up. Callum Parisians need to wake up. Absolutely. What an absolutely phenomenal start. Everton 4-8. Chris Rigg to Everton. Yeah, that could be one to watch, couldn't it? Chris Rigg to Everton. I guess it depends if Sunderland go up. If Sunderland don't go up, I think Joe Bellingham, I think Chris Rigg, I think maybe Enzo Lefebvre as well. You never know. There's quite a few there who could move on and could be picked up by Premier League teams. And you could say the same about Coventry as well. I'm sure Hadji Wright might be looked at by Premier League teams. Sheffield United as well, the same, Quite a few there who they could be... Oh, Hakimi's not getting anything there from the referee. This referee seems to be letting quite a bit go. James Hyamate, how are the Gunners not 3-0 up? This is going to be painful. Listen, it's going to be painful from my perspective as well. I want PSG to go through tonight. And we're just having long throw after long throw. Arsenal are getting lots of chances to just put long balls into the box. Thomas Partey launches it into the box here again. Cleared away. And every time it comes back out to the edge of the area, they're just having a pop. I don't mind this start from Arsenal. This is actually really, really smart. It's better from Mikel Arteta. It's a lot more direct. They're having a lot of chances here. This is not the Arsenal that I've been used to seeing for a lot of the season, to be honest. The Arsenal we normally see, I feel like, is a lot more slow and a lot more laboured. This has been really up and at 'em. This has been, let's get stuck into these straight from the off and unsettle them and disrupt them and, get the ball off the floor a little bit. Use our physicality. Declan Rice missing that sitter, what I would call a sitter anyway. Just 2 minutes in, he should probably score that. I think he'd look back at that and say, yeah, should have put us ahead. Jaden Reese Thompson, what will your lives be doing? What will your lives be about when the season ends? Well, when the season ends, I mean the curtain closer will be the Champions League final on the 31st of May, Saturday 31st of May. So we'll do that, and then we'll probably do the Club World Cup. Well, we will do the Club World Cup games. We'll probably do some pre-season games. I'm going to do a quiz, believe it or not. So if you like a quiz, if you like a footy quiz, I'm going to be doing a weekly quiz between now and the end of the season, or between the end of the season and the start of the season. I'll be doing a weekly quiz. That's my plan. Plus videos, and we'll still do lives, but probably only maybe a couple of times a week. I don't want it to be tedious. There's other fan channels where it's like a live every single day, even though there's no news, but there's been some rumour that's been leaked in some godforsaken rag somewhere, so they do a live of an hour talking about it. It just seems silly to me. It seems silly. We're doing the same thing over and over again. So I don't want to do it just for the sake of doing it. I'd rather make content that people actually want to watch and makes, people stick around and like it. So I'll probably do a couple of transfer shows a week, because it'll be good to go live, because I'll miss the lives, to be honest. I've been doing at least one or two a day, every day. for over a month now. I looked, actually, you know what's funnily enough, you mentioned that actually. I saw the other day, like Mark Goldbridge is the gold standard in this industry, isn't he? In terms of like live streaming and all that sort of thing. He did 16 live watch-alongs last month. In the last 30 days, he did 16 lives. And I did 16 lives in the last 7 days. So I'm putting out at least 4 times the live content of Mark Goldbridge over the last couple of months. So that's what I'm hoping will pay off in the long run. Ben, Neve's watching something on TV, so I've got a choice to watch you or the game on my phone, and I opted for you. We're at a caravan, so I can't just go in next room and put the game on. Oh, nice. Whereabouts are you in the caravan? Nice. Sam Holloway, someone check Donnarumma for drugs, please. 7 minutes in. Unbelievable, isn't it? Edward Brown, PSG Barca final. It's the one everyone wants. It is the one everyone wants. But I wouldn't put it past Arsenal. They've started really, really well here. Jim, Donnarumma has kept PSG in this tournament. No kidding. Shot from distance here for Arsenal if they get this right. Cleared away. Good defending by PSG. They're going to have to be a lot better on the ball, PSG. Come on, Doué. Get forward. Go on, lad. You've got him. Oh, slows it down again. Ben, but if you're dependent on Beto scoring the bulk of your goals to keep you in the Prem, you're destined for the Championship. Well, look, he's not had a bad season, Beto. He has actually started to score a lot more since Moyes has come in. And I think if Leeds were to utilise him in the right way and give him regular starts, I reckon he could be alright. He could be okay. For the right price, for the right amount of money, Beto could be alright, I think. He's a hard-working lad. He can finish. His movement isn't terrible. His numbers haven't been fantastic, but, I mean, if you look at the goal he scored against us in the derby, the goal he scored against us in the derby was top quality. Really, really good. Movement off the ball. Fantastic. Great finish past Alisson. Here's PSG getting forward again. Come on, Kvaratskhelia. Have a shot. Off the post! Oh, PSG at the post. Oh! Off the post! Off the post! How's that happened? Off the post. Kvaratskhelia cuts in on his right foot, as we've seen so many times. Smashed it to the far side. Oh, and just off the post. Raya was nowhere near it. Edward, I have this too on Arsenal. PSG win on pens or an extra time. Yeah, I think it is going to go to extra time. Something tells me we're gonna get this going the distance, sadly. Everton 4-8. Ben Twister lap soon. Sure, Lefay is only a loan deal. I think, yeah, well, either way, I think he's impressed since he's come in, hasn't he? And whether it be a loan deal, if it doesn't end up that Sunderland end up in the Premier League, then, yeah, I'm sure there'll be Premier League teams taking a look. Stanny, hey up, mate. Thought you'd be live on TikTok. Came over here. Good to see you. Good to see you too, Stanny. Yeah, can't go live on TikTok for 3 days. I've had a rap on the knuckles. I've had a telling off from TikTok because I promoted our sponsor, which is, by the way, I can do it now because I'm not on TikTok. Our sponsor is Match Bingo, by the way. If you haven't gone over and checked Match Bingo out, go and do them. They're absolutely fantastic. Genius app. If you like a bet on the football, you can put £5 in a Match Bingo account. You get £10 free, and you get a bingo card with 15 random events on. It'll say things like free kick to PSG or corner to Arsenal. And as the game's going on, it ticks it off on your card. You get prizes for a full house, prizes for a line, over £200,000 of prize money paid out. And if you click the link or if you scan the QR code that's on the screen right now, you will you'll get that deal, you'll get that offer. So go and check it out. But yeah, I can't say all that on TikTok. I can't say all that on TikTok. Absolutely no chance. And it was my own fault. I did it. Yeah, I shouldn't have said it. Edward Brown, Barca did win last night, right? No, mate, Inter won last night. Ball into the box. I've just clocked that you said Barca before. I was going to say, yeah, Barca aren't in the final. I really thought they would be in the final. Yeah, when we watched that last night, I'm still in shock, to be honest, how Barcelona aren't in the final. But it was a great game. Right, well, at least we've had both teams have had a big, clear chance already in this game. So I don't mind that. I don't mind that. We've actually had something where both teams are getting a bit out. Stanley, would you be doing the playoffs on TikTok if you weren't banned? Yeah, I mean, I am. I'm doing... If you go onto... I don't know... Well, you're on my YouTube now, so you can see it. If you click onto... obviously, right-click and open, or if you're on your phone, whatever, go and have a look at the channel, the schedule. I've got my full schedule live, all the games that we're watching over the next 2 weeks. I've put them all on there. They're all scheduled. I've even scheduled the Europa League final. Manchester United against Spurs, which I'm assuming is what it's going to be on the 21st of May. So the thumbnails there, they're all there. We've got AFC Wimbledon against Notts County in the League 2 playoff. We're doing Stockport against Leyton Orient. Home and away, we're going to be doing that. We're doing Charlton and Wickham. We're doing Coventry and Sunderland. We're doing Sheffield United and Bristol City. We're going to be doing all of them. Yeah, we're going to be doing all of them. Plus, we're going to be doing Serie A games. We've got Venezia against Fiorentina. Chance for Arsenal here again. Declan Rice over to Martinelli. Oh, close him down. You've got to do better. Corner. So yeah, so we're doing all of the Championship playoffs, the League 1 playoffs, the League 2 playoffs, and yeah, some La Liga games. We've got Betis and Osasuna coming up. We've got Atletico Madrid against Sociedad coming up. All the Premier League games are on as well. We're going to be doing that. We've got Fulham against Everton this weekend. Everton's last game at Goodison Park, Southampton. Liverpool against Arsenal this weekend. We're doing them all. I've got I think it's over 30 games scheduled, ready to be doing the watch-alongs on. So yeah, if you want to go and check them out and see which ones are for you, you can set the notification bell. So hopefully you come for all of them. But if you don't, you can just choose the ones that make that wet your whistle. Ball into the box and Donnarumma saves. Edward, there goes my 50 quid bet. Yeah, well, hey, there you go. Jim, gutted we're not getting a Barca PSG final. It would have been such a good match and final. Yeah, I think that was the one that we all wanted, wasn't it, really? But still, Inter Milan, they have deserved it. I think Inzaghi's been a really, really top manager there for some time, so I don't mind that at all. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with them. Oh, PSG, they're in. There's a big chance here if they get this right. Hit it. Oh, you divvy, what are you doing? Ah, fucking Dewey, come on. Barcola was poor there as well. Rubes, you're banned on TikTok. What the fuck? Yeah, it's my fault, mate. I'm banned on TikTok. Only temporarily, I should say. It's not a ban, it's a suspension. I got a little rap on the knuckles. I got told off because I was promoting the gambling. I was promoting, our sponsor, our wonderful sponsor, who are really helping the channel, by the way. We can promote them on every site. We can't promote them on TikTok. And I knew that. And it was my fault. I didn't mean to, but I got asked during the stream about them. And I let it slip. I said it. And there you go. I got a 3-day ban. So I'm back on Sunday on TikTok. I'm still live every day on here. This is the way you get you get a better view on here. You get better audio. You get the scoreboard, you get the clock, you get everything. It's much better. It's much, much better. And as I'm saying that, the bloody clock stopped. But yeah, I think it's okay because we'll get it back on Sunday. It'll all be fine. Miles Lewis-Skelly with a poor ball. It's gone straight out over the other side. Stanley seems all right, mate. Rebecca Nolan, Everton is away against Fulham. Yes, they are, yeah. It's Fulham against Everton. And then it's Southampton at Goodison Park, isn't it? the week after. And then it's Newcastle final day for Everton. So yeah, we're doing the next 2 Everton games. We're doing Liverpool Arsenal this weekend. We're doing United and Chelsea, which is a Friday night game. Basically, I'm live at least once a day, if not twice a day. On a weekend, 4 times a day, back to back. And it'll always be on YouTube. It'll always be on YouTube. And as you say, Rebecca Nolan, TikTok is crap. I can't legislate for that. It is what it is. Rubes, who's winning the final, PSG or Inter? Well, that's brave. That's brave. I'm not even going to answer that because I really do want PSG to go through, but Arsenal have started quite well. And they are playing really well, actually. Thomas Partey and Odegaard. Even Odegaard is having a better game than I would have expected him to. Stanley went Goodison in Jam versus Peterborough. Only FA Cup, but never got to go. So thought I would. Only about a tenner. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah, I've been to Goodison, but only a couple of times. And it's not my most favourite of grounds, to be honest. For obvious reasons, but I have been. I'd be interested to go the new one at some point. Edward, Ollie could be the next Leicester or Southampton manager, by the way. He's the favourite. Ollie's not leaving Besiktas for Leicester or Southampton. No chance. Whoa, free kick to PSG, and that could be a yellow card. Yeah, yellow card for... Who is it who's got it? Rice. Declan Rice on a yellow card. 25 minutes in. There you go. Rubes, you mean Newcastle versus Chelsea this weekend? Yeah, we're doing Newcastle and Chelsea this weekend, but Chelsea and Man United is a Friday night game next week. So we're going to be doing that as well. That's Chelsea's final few games. Newcastle away, United at home, Forest away. That's a hell... I mean, and they've already played Liverpool, that beat us, but that's a hell of a final few fixtures, that, isn't it? Chelsea are going to have to really sort it out. Jim, I reckon we win Europa. Come on, United. PSG win Champions League and Chelsea win the conference. I'm gutted to say, Jim, I think you could be right. I hope you're wrong, though. I really want... In an ideal world, I would love Spurs to win the Europa. I would love PSG or Inter. I don't really care. Anyone other than Arsenal at this point. But PSG would be probably my favourite. Ball into the box. Chance. Cleared away. Itty. Yes! 1-0 PSG! Get in there! Fabian Ruiz. What a goal that is. 1-0. 1-0. Yes! Yes! That's a superb strike. And Declan Rice is absolute. Look at him. He's shaking his head and he's saying, come on, lads, let's get back into it. No chance. That's it now. That is it. I'm happy saying that now. There's no way they're turning it round. There's no way they're turning it round. Look at that. The pyros going off at the Parc des Princes. What a finish that is. What a fabulous finish. It was a ball into the box, a free kick. It got headed away. It came out to the edge of the area. Fabian Ruiz chests it down. And then on his left foot on the half volley, just smashes it. Smashes it into the top corner. No chance, David Raya. What a finish that is. What a finish. It's absolutely sensational. It's a wonderful goal. He catches it so sweetly. So sweetly. That's a great goal. It's a fabulous goal. Deflected off Saliba, looks like. I don't know if it did take a nick, but hey, whatever. I'll take it. I'll take it. Reece, Arsenal winning the final. You said that just a moment ago. Do you still feel as strongly? Jaden Reece-Thompson, just been looking at the schedule. What did you think? Spent a long time on that, actually. Making all the thumbnails and choosing which games to actually do. So, yeah, we're going to be very, very busy. As I say, we're doing about an average of 3 to 4 times as many live streams as Mark Goldbridge does. So... if you're looking for a live watch-along, this is basically the #1 live watch-along channel on YouTube. I don't care what anyone says. Stanley sat on these wooden seats, solid. Borough fans were great, I thought. Yeah, I mean, I actually thought Peterborough played quite well. And for a spell, I mean, didn't it get close to half-time? It was still 0-0. The biggest news of the night was that he didn't play Ashley Young's lad, wasn't it? Oh, chance, they're in again here, PSG. This could be it. This could be it. If he gets it right, he's one-on-one with the keeper. Must finish. Must finish. Oh! And I tell you what, Declan Rice is raging. He's raging because if they finish that there, that is really all over. Kvaratskhelia gets through. He knocks it into Barcola. Barcola, he sits Lewis Skelly down and he's just about to get the shot away on his left foot and Rice gets back and blocks it. Raya puts it behind for a corner. Phew, that's nearly there. It's nearly all over. They score one more. Edward, oh my god, FIFA predicted Palace to win the FA Cup. FIFA predicts a lot. They don't get much of it right. Callum 1-0, Edward Brown offside. Jim, yes. Callum deflected off Saliba. Looks like, yeah, we did all that. Stanley, Arsenal get so close every time. Just when they go a goal down, they think it's over. Look, I'm sure Arsenal will still score tonight for what it's worth. I think Arsenal will get something. But you can see that Declan Rice is like visibly shaken and upset and furious by how lackadaisical the defence has been from Arsenal. They started the game so well. They have had a couple of really good chances, but then to just... it was really sloppy at the back from them. It was really sloppy at the back from them a couple of times, and they've let PSG nearly get back total control of the tie. If that Barcola one goes in, and he probably should finish it, to be honest. If that Barcola one goes in, the tie's done. 3-0 down, with an hour to go, at the Parc des Princes, you're not coming back. That's it done. Edward Brown, Spurs win the Europa. Yeah, I think so. I hope so. That's my dream, anyway. I was mid talking about what my dream scenario would be, just as Fabian Ruiz so rudely smashed it in the top corner. Dream scenario is PSG win the Champions League, Spurs win the Europa, because I think that'll really frustrate Arsenal fans as well. That'll be another one that'll be, again, for the regular average Arsenal fan that we love. You know, Reese, we love Reese, right? We love lots of Arsenal fans on the chat. So to you guys, you know I love you. I would have no problem at all with Arsenal winning it for you. But for the other side of Arsenal social media, oh goodness gracious me, it'll be really funny to see the meltdown if they win nothing and Spurs win a European Cup. So I'm hoping for Spurs, I'm hoping for PSG, and then I'm hoping for Betis, actually. I'd quite like to see Anthony turning it round and lifting a European trophy. I think that would be quite funny as well. Callum winning in Paris ain't for everyone. Paris 0, Liverpool 1. Yeah, Paris 1, Atleti 2. There you go. Stanley Rice should be angry. I mean, the guy's been the best in the team. I think he's been the best midfielder in the world this season, honestly. I think he's been phenomenal. And he's shown different sides to his game as well. He's been really, really solid. There's been sides of Declan Rice that I've seen this season that I didn't really know existed. We'd seen shades of it at West Ham, but at Arsenal it always felt like he'd not regressed, but he'd kind of maybe like Mikel Arteta had just dimmed his spark a little bit, just kind of dampened his flame, and made him a little bit more of a sort of a holding midfielder, just a bang average, controlling the game from deep, that sort of a player. And I don't think he's ever that. He's always been high energy, box to box. Just kind of let him loose and see what he does. He's an all-action midfielder. That's exactly what he was at West Ham. And he's got so much better at Arsenal in the last 12 months. But yeah, year one, I didn't think he was all that. The performance against Real Madrid said everything. I thought he was unreal, unbelievable. But hey, they're 2-0 down here on aggregate, Arsenal, and I got to be honest, I don't see a way back. This has given me a lot of confidence now. Reese, if anything, Arsenal have made Declan a better player. Stop the bias, Key. What do you mean bias? It's not bias. I've said he's been the best midfielder in the world. How's that a bias thing? I've given Arsenal credit. Give him credit. Callum, the Tottenham fan, I don't know whether to laugh or laugh. Hey, if you lads win it, if you lads win the whole thing and you're in the Champions League next season, oh, you're definitely going to get North London bragging rights, aren't you? You can definitely say that Spurs have had the better season. Rubes, Anthony could win 2 European trophies. Why would he get one for United? Would he get a medal for that? Surely not. He wouldn't get a medal at United, would he? Calm the Tottenham fan, I love Arsenal losing. Oh, goodness gracious me. Reece, Declan Rice, double incoming. Well, he should have scored. He really should have scored. That header in the first few minutes, he really should have put Arsenal back level in the tie. They're just talking about the French League now on TNT Sports. I should say as well, by the way, I have, for the first time, got a League One game scheduled in the watch-along. If you go to the schedule, you'll see this. I've got Strasbourg against Le Havre, which, on the face of it, you might look at and think, why are you watching Strasbourg against Le Havre? What are you even bothered about that for? Why are you watching that? Like, I know we want to watch football. I know we like doing watch-alongs, but come on. Strasbourg against Le Havre? Right, I'll tell you why. Strasbourg are managed by Liam Rossigna, right? Ex-Reading, ex-Fulham. Liam Rossigna, we know him. Good English manager. Got sacked by Hull for no reason at all. He very nearly took Hull up to the Premier League. He got sacked by Hull. He left. He went to Strasbourg, and he might, if results go his way, if they beat Angers this weekend, they've got Le Havre on the final day of the season. Strasbourg could be a Champions League side next season. And there's so much riding on that game. So I am really, really looking forward to doing our first Premier League Dad League One game. So if anyone fancies that one, it's going to be an interesting one to watch. Shot from distance here again. Odegaard, out to Martinelli. They're getting lots of bodies back here, PSG. Lots and lots of bodies. Martinelli's done well there. Stands it up to the far post. Cleared away. Saka's not really had a touch, has he, so far? He's not had a kick. Edward, Premdad, I got my Premier League medal today. Can I send you a picture? Yeah, mate, of course you can. Send it us on X or on... I don't know if you can send it on TikTok, can you? Post it on TikTok. I'm sure everyone will want to see it. Post it on TikTok and tag me in it or something. Or yeah, send me a link to it, whatever way you want to do it. Yeah, I'd love to see it. Callum Donnarumma hair has disappeared. Lol, needs a transplant. Hey, listen. It happens as you get older. It happens. Believe me, I'm thinning. I'm definitely thinning. It happens. and a flight to Turkey for a hair transplant is definitely not a priority. I'd go to Turkey for an holiday. Not a hair transplant or a bloody turkey teeth. Look like Bobby Firmino coming back. Again, no disrespect to anyone that does, but it's not my thing. There's no way I'd be paying for an hair transplant or turkey teeth. Plus, have you seen them? Have you seen it when they do them? Have you seen it? It's terrifying. You end up with like vampire teeth for a bit when they file your teeth down. And plus, apparently, you have to go back like every 5-6 years for a checkup. You have to fly back to Turkey every 5-6 years for the rest of your life for a checkup or something like that. Mad. I mean, look, I know you still have to go check up with dentists anyway, but still, dentist's usually only around the corner in town. You don't want to be going to Turkey every time you need a proper checkup. Rubes, Brighton player. Brighton player? What Brighton player? Oh, yeah, Liam Rossigna. He wasn't he? Yeah. Stanley, they beat PSG the other day, didn't they? Yes, Strasbourg, they did. Yeah, 1-0. And they are on course. They've got Angers this weekend, and then they've got Le Havre on the final day. And it's basically a straight shot of, I think there's 2 Champions League places up for grabs, and it's between them, Lyon. Not Lyon, I don't think Lyon are in it. Actually, it's them, Lille, Marseille. I think Nice as well are in it. There's five teams all on about the same points, and they've got 2 games left. So yeah, looking forward to that one as well. Callum, the Tottenham fan, can someone tell me why my Arsenal mate isn't responding to texts? Listen, don't gloat just too early yet. Don't trust me. We've been in this position before. Arsenal can turn it round. They can. It'll only take 1 goal. If Arsenal make it 1-1 on the night, it's all reset again, and PSG will start to think, oh Christ, they've got the tails up. They will face some pressure in this game. If PSG get a second, then it really is done. Oh, and they've nicked it. Here we go. If he can get into the box and get it away. Oh, unlucky. Really unlucky. Cleared away by Arsenal. PSG are getting a lot more chances on the break. Arsenal throw in now. Stanley, he's done a solid job. If Hull never sacked him, they'd be up there, I think. I agree, yeah. I agree. It was an odd decision, wasn't it, for Hull to sack him when he'd taken over. He'd done quite a good job at Hull, and a lot of the fans seem to think. It's mad when you see a manager sacked by the club, and even the fans come out and go, why have we sacked him? Like, he's done quite a good job. Why have we let him go? That was a bit mad. And it felt like that with a lot of the Hull fans. I don't think any of them really appreciated them sacking him. So, yeah, it's very much on the Hull board. And Hull very nearly went down this season as a result, didn't they? They only stayed up on the final day by virtue of the fact they got a point at Fratton Park. If they hadn't, it'd have been curtains for Hull as well. Cleared away. Chance for Arsenal again. Calm, the Tottenham fan, I'm just loving the moment. Yeah, listen, love the moment, but also, trust me, wind your neck in. Don't go too soon with the whole... wait till at least the last 5 minutes. Get it to the last 5 minutes and then pepper him with texts. At least make sure, because the last thing you want is you send them a text, say, you're going out, you've won nothing. We're winning the Europa League, you're winning nothing. And then United beat Spurs in the final, or worse, Bodo Glimt somehow turn it round tomorrow night, and Arsenal turn it round here. You'll feel about that big as well. Rubes, it was the new owners. Yeah, it was. Yeah, Callum, Arsenal's defence is really carried by Saliba. I think they miss Gabriel. I really do, more so than Saliba. I think Saliba's a very, very talented young player, don't get me wrong, but I'm not sure I agree, actually. I'm not sure I agree that he's carrying him. There's been quite a few games recently where, if anything, Kivior's been the better of the two. Kivior's actually done really well. He stepped up quite well, I think. But I would argue this season, if anything, has proven that Gabriel is the better defender of the two. Stanley, he just lost to struggling Stoke, but they were still only about 3 points off the playoffs with 2 games left. Yeah. To me, it was just baffling. It was baffling. I think he'd had a really tough, the cards weren't necessarily dealt in his favour, and I thought he'd had a decent season with Hull. So maybe it was just a behind closed doors thing. Maybe the new owners, as you say, was just the chemistry wasn't right or whatever. Callum, are you doing the Championship playoffs? Yes, we are. We're doing both Championship playoffs, home and away. We're going to be doing some League One playoffs. We're doing Leyton Orient and Stockport County. We're doing Charlton and Wickham. We're doing in League 2, AFC Wimbledon and Notts County. So again, they're all on the schedule. If you want to go and check the schedule, click on the channel, go and have a look at the lives that are upcoming, and you can click the notification bell on the ones that appeal to you. Hopefully all of them, but go and check them out. As I say, we've got Liga, we've got La Liga, we've got Serie A, we've got the Champions League, we've got the Europa League, the Conference League. We'll do the final of the Conference League for sure. The Europa League final is on the 21st of May, next Wednesday. Is it next Wednesday? 2 weeks. 2 weeks today. Oh, Doué, very good. Little drop of the shoulder and a good chance. Oh, you can't stop it for that. That's madness. It's a shot from Doué. It hits Lewis Skelly in the... maybe not the area that you'd want to be hit, but he hits him and he goes down. drops to the deck like a sack of spuds, and he's absolutely... Is it Lewis Skelly? It doesn't even hit him. Is it? I think it's his stomach, isn't it? It's his stomach, actually. He gets winded at the side. I thought he got hit in the... but it wasn't. Callum, no, let's not talk about tomorrow night like that. Spurs are on their way to Bilbao. I hope so. I really hope so, mate. I think you will be on your way to Bilbao, and I really hope you lift it there. I think it'll be a really good thing, a really positive thing for Spurs. And Ange, I'm kind of rooting for Ange as well. Silently, I know a lot of Spurs fans are a little bit unsure on him, but I'd love him to turn it round and prove them wrong. And it'll be the battle of the shite managers, won't it, basically? Because they've both been pretty dreadful all season. Ruben Amorim is up there with the worst Manchester United managers of modern history over the last 40, 50 years. Like, really bad. I think his points per game record is worse than anyone over the last 35, 40 or so. And Ange, Ange could say the same, but I think at least with Ange, he's got the excuse of lots and lots and lots of injuries to deal with. Callum, yeah, that goal does deflect off Saliba. Yeah, it was just off his... Was it off his stomach? Just off his stomach, and it just... I think it was... I mean, look, it would have troubled Raya either way. I don't think it was a massive deflection, but it certainly helped it. Okay, so we've got 2 minutes of added on time here at the end of the first half. We're about 30 seconds into that now. Rice driving forward. It's all Rice. This isn't even an Arsenal performance to me. It feels like it's entirely Declan Rice. Declan Rice is carrying this Arsenal team. Arteta looks very disappointed with that ball in from Bukayo Saka. But I've got to be honest, I actually don't think it's a bad ball. Maybe he's not disappointed with the ball in. I think he's looking at Martinelli to be getting in there and getting across his front man. Because the ball into the box is actually pretty good from Saka. It's along the front post. It's at the front post. It's right along the 6-yard box into that sort of corridor of uncertainty where the keeper can't come out, and the centre back Pacho just smashes it away. It's too easy. You want Martinelli or Rice or whoever. They need to be getting bodies into the box and across the front man. They need to be getting in there and getting more chances like that to hurt PSG. Edward, can you check it out at half time? Yes, I will do, mate. Callum, I love all your lives because you talk about any team, not just the teams who are playing. Cheers, man. Thanks for that. I really appreciate it. Well, I mean, to be honest, that's not really on me. That's mainly you guys in the chat. You guys tell me what you want to talk about, and we talk about it, and we have a natter, and I read your comments out, and it's as much to do with you as it is to do with me. I just ramble on when you tell me what you want to talk about. Callum, it'll be good for next season to have a fresh trophy in our locker and knowing we can win trophies. Half-time can change everything, yep. And that's the thing that Arsenal fans have to hang on to now. We are on half-time. The referee has just blown the whistle. It's 1-0 PSG on the night, 2-0 PSG in the tie. What do we make of that? What do we make of that? I do think they can turn it round still, Arsenal. They've got to come out with a different approach, though, in this second half. They've got to do something different. As it stands, though, they are waltzing into the final, PSG. It won't even be a slight challenge for them. Nice. Nice, that, Edward. Love that. Rio's missing the... What's up with Rio Ferdinand? Why is he in hospital? Gutted to be missing the semi-finals this week on Football on TNT. Wishing the team all the best. What's up with him? Do you know what? Some of the comments on that are absolutely brutal. I've just gone on. There's a picture of Rio Ferdinand with a thumbs up in a hospital bed, and it says, gutted to be missing the semi-finals this week on Football on TNT, wishing the team all the best. I'll be watching every minute from the iPad. And someone's replied in the comments, all rivalries aside, I hope you're shitting from a nappy for the rest of your life. Oh, goodness gracious me. Callum, anyone else grabbing popcorn? Are we waiting 40 minutes? We're waiting for 40 minutes. Of course we are. We've got to wait 40 minutes. Rubes, Arsenal just love a semi. Ooh, calm it down, Rubes. Edward, show the chat if you can. Show the chat as in show the screen. I was going to say I would do, but it literally, when I've tried that in the past, mate, it all goes all pixelated. You can't see anything. I've tried showing pictures in the past, but it doesn't seem to work on this. I'll try and get a bit more clever, a bit more sophisticated with this, because I think there's things I can do on the screen here with the streaming software that I can actually like show picture in picture. So I could actually just go onto X and show them on here on the laptop. But for whatever reason, yeah, I don't know how you can do that. But I'll figure it out. Right, Twitch. We've had someone talking on Twitch. 1 second. What are they saying on Twitch? What's the crack on Twitch? Hey Prem Dad, Manchester City fan here. Do you think Manchester City can compete for the title again next year? Feels like we've fallen a long way. That's a very honest assessment. Fair play. I wouldn't have thought... I mean, okay. I won't say what I was about to say. Do I think City can compete next year? Yeah, of course you can. Of course you can. I have no doubt City can compete next year. You're not... It's always one of them things with football, and you've got a bit of a blind spot for your team. That's what I'm getting from what the tone of what you're saying to me there, mate. Yeah, you always seem to think your team's either they're not as good as you think they are, and they're not as bad as you think they are either. That's usually always the case. You either think they're too good or they're well too bad. We don't operate in balanced thinking with our own team for the vast majority of the time. So, yeah, listen, City are still a very, very good team. From a Liverpool fan's perspective, I am very worried about City next season. You can't be as bad as you were this season. I think if you're letting go of players like Haaland, you're not letting go of Haaland. If you're letting players like De Bruyne leave, and you've also had sort of injury issues, big injury issues with, Stones and Ake and Akanji, and the midfield still feels like a little bit of an issue, and obviously Rodri coming back into the team. The wingers don't quite look right. Savinho and Doku just haven't really added to the team what we thought they might. Marmoush has been a great signing, but I think there's a few positions that City will undoubtedly try to improve in. Nico Gonzalez has done all right since he's come in. If you've got him, Kovacic, Rodri, maybe one more. De Bruyne leaving, I'm sure you'll get someone in to cover for him. I'd imagine Foden steps up next season. Do we see Phil Foden back to his best? Feels like he's had a bit of a rough season, hasn't he? I even think you might look at the goalkeeper, It feels like Ederson's on his way out. He's not been as good this season. So yeah, wouldn't surprise me if City look at pretty much every position on the pitch. I think obviously Gvardiol and Diaz are fine there. Nico O'Reilly's been a hell of a find at left back. Rico Lewis, I still think is a very, very good right back. Rodri can still come back and be... Maybe he won't be world class, or maybe he won't be the best in the world, but he'll still be world class. He'll still be a very, very good number 6. So, yeah, not worried at all by him coming back in. I think you probably need a replacement for Gundogan. You need a replacement for De Bruyne. You probably need a couple of wingers and a centre-back. And maybe a goalkeeper. But if you do, you'll go and get him. And yeah, City will be back up there. Not worried about that at all. Callum, make sure it's the sweet one after this game as it's going sweet. Oh, aye. Definitely not salty. They won't be able to get salty. Salty popcorn will be sold out everywhere around North London, mate. Arsenal fans will be buying it in bulk. Callum, is that a PSG kit in the background? If so, put it on. I would. Mate, that is a PSG kit from over 20 years ago. I don't think I could get that over my right leg now, let alone me. So, yeah, but it is a PSG kit. It's a 2000 PSG. And I think it's a PSG kit that Mikel Arteta wore, ironically. So, yeah, that might be a good luck charm for us tonight. Callum, Liverpool in for Nico Williams. Nah, I don't think Nico Williams. I can't see Nico Williams coming to Liverpool. It seems far more likely that Luis Diaz is coming to Liverpool. Is staying at Liverpool now. Obviously, the rumours about the contract and is he going to sign a new contract? We don't know. Still can't believe the keeper pulls off that save. Donnarumma, unbelievable save from Odegaard. That is the best save I've seen from any keeper in the Champions League this season. He sees it so late, and he doesn't only get a big hand to it. He pushes it away and behind. That's the other big thing with keepers. It's not just about keeping it out and saving it. It's where does the ball go after you save it. And you see a lot of the time keepers will make a big save and push it back into the danger zone because that's the safe place to put it sometimes. And it just puts the team bang in trouble. For him to get that and keep it out and put it behind is so difficult. Oh, yeah, it was quite a big deflection off Saliba, actually, that goal. 1-0, there you go. Callum, apparently Foden got his appendix took out and is low on iron. Ooh, that's an interesting rumour. I didn't know that. He got his appendix took out. Interesting. I've known a few people have to get their appendix taken out recently. Feels like a few people are having to have that done. But hey, listen, yeah, he's not been anywhere near his best, has he, Phil Foden? Given that he won PFA Player of the Year or Young Player of the Year, whatever it was, not long ago. Feels like he's fallen off a cliff, to be honest. Callum, PSG. Anyone else having a party? Edward, salty is the only popcorn. I can't eat salty popcorn. Sweet is only the way. But I'll be honest, I don't really like popcorn, full stop. I don't mind it. Aaron, I forgot you got banned. Thought you weren't streaming. No, mate, you know me. I'm always streaming. I am always streaming. If there's footy on, I will be live. But yeah, got banned. I've got a 72-hour temporary ban. A 72-hour temporary ban for talking about our lovely sponsors. It doesn't seem fair, does it? It doesn't seem just. And again, if you want to help me out, if you want to do anything to, support the channel, go and check out Match Bingo. Go and click the link. It's half time, so I'm going to give them another plug again because they are absolutely sound. They are helping the channel. They have been wonderful with me as well. Really sound guys. And yeah, as I say, if you fancy a flutter on the football, if you like an acca from time to time, Match Bingo is a genius new app that combines all the excitement of regular football betting, sports betting that we all know and love, with the fun and excitement you'd associate with bingo. You get a bingo card, you get 15 random events on that bingo card, and it might say things like corner to PSG, free kick to Arsenal. And as the game's going on, it ticks it off on your card as the game's going on. Automatically, you don't have to do anything. And you get paid out for a line, you get paid out for a full house. Over £200,000 of prizes have been paid out on Match Bingo. 10,000 plus active players in the UK. Go and check them out. If you deposit £5 with my link, whether it's on the QR code on screen or the link in my bio, you will get £10 free. So go and check it out. It's a wonderful app. Sam Holloway, but of course I can't say that on TikTok. When I'm back on TikTok on Sunday, you won't be hearing any of that from me. So I am making hay while the sun shines. Sam Holloway, if Spurs or Man United win the Europa, does that mean 5th doesn't get Champions League, or do 6 teams from England get Champions League? 6 teams get Champions League. That is the maximum number we can have in the Champions League. So, yeah, 5 teams from the league will get it no matter what happens. If Man United or Spurs get it, then 6 go in. And if Chelsea win the Conference League, and they're already in the top 6 or the top 7, if they've already got a Europa League position via their league placing, the Conference League winner gets a Europa League place. So what happens is England, the Premier League, are still awarded that position, but it drops down a level. So normally, 7th gets the Europa Conference League place. Instead, what would happen is 7th would get a Europa League place, and 8th in the league would get a Conference League place. Furthermore, if Crystal Palace failed to beat Manchester City in the FA Cup final, then Manchester City would already have a Champions League place, but the FA Cup winner gets a Europa League place. So then that would go into the league again, and what would happen is 6th, 7th and 8th would get Europa League places, and 9th in the Premier League would get a Conference League place, which means it opens up the likes of Bournemouth, Fulham, Brentford, Brighton, all of whom could get European football next season. And that's the bit that we're looking forward to. It still feels like there's a lot riding on this season just for those positions and what happens. We don't know quite yet what it's going to look like. But it is all a little bit complex. You're right, Jim. It is all a little bit complex. Aaron, thoughts on the game so far? It's great, isn't it? It's fantastic. I was panicking at the start, mate. First 20 minutes or so, Arsenal were all over him. Lots of chances. Odegaard, fabulous shot from Odegaard. Great save from Donnarumma. Arsenal, I think PSG rode the luck in that first 20 minutes. And then Arsenal rode the luck in the last 10-15, to be honest. PSG could have put this tie out of sight. There's probably been 2 or 3 chances. They score one, and they had a couple of other chances on the break where they just didn't quite get it right. And you can see Declan Rice was visibly annoyed with his teammates. So, I think I still think PSG, if they get one more goal, the tie's done. But I fancy Arsenal to score in the second half. I fancy them to come out and have a really good go. Same as they did start of the game. So I'm looking forward to it. Aaron, think Arsenal have been unlucky. Saka needs a striker so bad. The balls he's putting in are on a plate. Yeah, you could see, couldn't you, Mikel Arteta getting really annoyed with that as well. The amount of times Saka's put it in across the face of goal, and he's not having Martinelli or Marino or Odegaard or Rice, any of those who should be getting in the box to try and get across the front post, get in front of the man. They're not doing it. And all you can do as a winger, if you're Saka, all you can do is keep putting it into an area and hope that your teammates make that run. If they don't make the run, then it's done. It is what it is. Edward, when you are going to mention your sponsor, you can mute the TikTok stream, then unmute it. I don't even know how you do mute a TikTok stream. That's a valid point. What I tend to do, Edward, what I tend to do is I start the stream on here, and I talk for like 5-10 minutes, and then I'll go, I'll then start the TikTok stream, and then I don't really talk about the sponsor for the rest of the night. But you're right, I probably should do, and I should mute the TikTok stream at the points that I talk about said sponsor. So I probably will look into that, actually. Yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you very much. I'll try that next time. Sam Holloway, wow, so we could have half of the league in Europe next season. Yeah, we could. We could. It's a very real possibility, and it means that, we've got the top 5 places that we know are for the Champions League, and the 2 that miss out, whether it be Forest and Villa, or Forest and Newcastle, or Newcastle and Chelsea, or whoever it is who misses out on those 2 Champions League places that are remaining. It still means that there's something to decide between who finishes 7th, 8th and even 9th. Think about it. Brentford could finish 8th or 9th and potentially be in Europe next season. If Palace win the FA Cup, then it only goes down to 8th in the league. Assuming Chelsea win the Conference League, of course. And Palace could be in Europe next season. So we really don't know. Rubes, Brighton have a great run in. They do, yeah. They really do. Rubes, Wolves, a rubbish team and European finalist, hopefully. Right, here we go. 1 second. We're off. We're off and underway for the second half here now. Edward, what are you talking about, Edward? Kieran, listen to this. My best mate said yesterday that we aren't a big club and we never will be. He's not a particularly smart man then, is he? Wolves are a rubbish team. Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying all that about Wolves, Rubes. Wolves are a rubbish team and a European finalist. But I agree, yeah. Yeah, Brighton have got Spurs, haven't you? You've got Wolves, and I don't know who else have you got. Who's your other fixture? Oh, you got Liverpool. You've got Liverpool. You got Liverpool. Is that the rubbish team? Is that you trying to wind me up? Sam Holloway, I think we'll see a Prem team win the Conference and Europa League most seasons from now without teams coming down from the upper competitions. Yeah, maybe. Jim, hold on. What happens if Palace don't win the cup? If Palace don't win the cup, then the FA Cup Europa League place, the winners of the FA Cup get a place in Europe. If they have already qualified for Europe via the league, then the place is handed down to the next team in the league, right? So European places currently only go down to 7th in the Premier League, as it stands. Top 5 get the Champions League, 6th gets the Europa League, 7th gets the Conference League. That's what it stands to be at this moment in time. If Chelsea win the Conference League, then they win a Europa League place, but they've already qualified for Europe. So then the Europa League place would go to 8th. If Palace win the FA Cup, they would get a Europa League place. But if they don't win the FA Cup and City do, City have already qualified for the Champions League, then that Europa League place would be awarded to the next team down. So again, we're talking about Bournemouth, we're talking about Brighton, Fulham, Brentford. Any of those 4 really could win it. So we'll see. Rubes, Liverpool, the crap team. Funny. Hilarious, as always. Arsenal just knocking it around at the back here, but they're playing with fire, to be honest. PSG are pressing quite high. Oh, it's not working again. Honestly, this clock is doing my nothing tonight. Right, there you go. I fixed it. Because I keep clicking off it, that's why. It's my own fault. Come on, PSG. Let's score a second and really break them Arsenal hearts. Let's really break them Arsenal hearts. Jim, I get it now. Cheers, mate. My brain never works on a Wednesday evening. At least it works some nights. Mine's very rarely working most nights, so you're all good. Sam Holloway, obviously we know this now isn't going to happen. However, if Arsenal had won the Champions League, would another spot have been pushed down? No. I don't believe so. I think it would only have happened like that if Arsenal hadn't... Basically, there's a UEFA ruling. That the maximum number of teams that can be involved in a European competition from one country is 6. There can be no more than 6. Right, Dembele has gone out warming up. This is good. This is really good. So yeah, no, if Arsenal... The only way that could have happened is if, like... There might have been a world, funnily enough, where... Let's say Arsenal finished 8th or 7th or 6th, right? Let's say Arsenal finished outside the Champions League places. Let's say they finished 6th and Manchester United or Spurs won the Europa League. Then the Premier League would have had a real question on their hands, right? Because the Premier League is the ultimate arbiters of this, by the way. They choose who goes in their competitions, who represents them in Europe, right? So that's why they can decide if they ban a team from Europe, they can actually ban them and stop it happening, because they ultimately inform UEFA of who are the teams that are going in next season or whatever. Now, if Arsenal had finished 6th and won the Champions League, let's say Spurs won the Europa League and the top 5 teams were due a Champions League place, 7 teams from the same country can't go in. So then the Premier League would have had to say to one of those teams, either the team finishing 5th, I would imagine, or Arsenal, or Spurs, Man United, whatever, whoever wins the Europa League, one of them would have had to be told, you're not going in, you're not representing us in the Champions League next year. And then can you imagine the furore? Can you imagine the absolute outrage there would have been if that would have happened? So there are scenarios that can really cause a bit of a stir. I think it is probably written in the Premier League guidance and rules somewhere that the lowest ranked team would probably be the one that misses out by default. But it'd be so gutting, wouldn't it? It'd be absolutely devastating. Imagine if you're Forest and you finish 5th and you get Champions League football, but because Arsenal win the Champions League in 6th, that means they don't get in it. It's the same thing, basically, what happened with Everton and Liverpool, isn't it? Everton finished 4th that year, and Liverpool won the Champions League, finishing 5th. And UEFA and the Premier League had to get in a room and kind of rewrite the whole rules, because it was like, well, you can't have the Champions League without the champions in. But it's also really not fair to Everton if Everton don't somehow get in it. So what happened, the compromise that year was they changed all the rules after that. That was in 2005-2006 season. The rules were Everton go in at the normal stage, so nothing affects Everton because they've done nothing wrong. But Liverpool, because you won the Champions League and finished outside the top 4, you have to start at the first round of Champions League qualifying. So Liverpool didn't really have a pre-season that year. We ended up playing TNS, the Welsh champions, the Welsh League champions, Total Network Solutions. I went to that game as well. Gerrard scored a hat-trick. And then I think we played FBK Kaunas, a Lithuanian team, in the second round. And I can't remember who we played in the third round. But we qualified anyway. We qualified for the group stage. And poor Everton. Again, they're still dining out on it. Everton fans will tell you this like relentlessly because it's haunted them as a club for 20 plus years since. They got to the Champions League qualifiers and somehow drew Villarreal, who at the time, I mean, they still are a good team, but at the time, they were a bloody good team. They had Riquelme, they had Marcos Senna, they had Diego Forlan, I think, was still there at the time. They had a brilliant side. And, Everton drew Villarreal, and the whole Pierluigi Collina incident where, Everton scored at the Madrigal, and the referee blew up as the goal went in and blew up for a foul on Duncan Ferguson. Everton didn't get the goal and they got knocked out by Villarreal. So after finishing 4th in the league, qualifying for the Champions League, which you've got to imagine is a massive deal to Everton, they never actually got to play in the Champions League proper. Sad. Hilarious, but sad. Callum, the attacking play by both teams is proper scruffy compared to last night. Yeah, it has been a bit of a mess tonight, hasn't it? Right, PSG are now breaking forward. They are getting a little bit more joy down this right-hand side. Vitinha stands it up to the far post. Well done there by Julian Timber at the back. He's been a good signing for Arsenal, Timber. I like him. I do like him. Let me just change the setting on this one sec. There you go. That's a bit better. Oh. Right, it's a long ball forward. David Raya, they're already going long here and direct Arsenal, which is, we saw a lot of that in the first half, but we're seeing a lot more of it now. That's a foul, ref. Come on. Foul and a yellow card for Lewis Skelly. It's all happening. It's all happening. Right, here's Kvaratskhelia down the right-hand side. Callum, surely Dembele comes on soon. Oh, Dembele. He's got to come on. Oh, unlucky Kvaratskhelia. Really unlucky. I think it was Vitinha, actually. Was that Vitinha? It was. I thought it was Kvaratskhelia. What feat that was from Vitinha. Why did Wolves ever let him go? Unbelievable, isn't it? Aaron, if Inter win the Champions League and somehow win Serie A, do they have a Ballon d'Or contender? They aren't going to win Serie A. They really aren't going to win Serie A. I'd be very surprised if they're able to come back now. They're already resting players in that competition. I think they're kind of where Arsenal are, to be honest. Looking at it as they're just going to waste energy in that competition. And they're putting all their energies now, I would imagine, on that Champions League final. They have got Torino this weekend, so if they don't win that, away at Torino is not easy. If they don't win that, I would imagine that is it, dead and buried. So, but if they do, if they were to win the Champions League, do they have a Ballon d'Or contender? Maybe Bastoni. It's probably the only one. Maybe Barella. I mean, there's not really any standouts in Inter. I just think they're a very good side. Right, it was basically a shot there from the corner. It was Saka who puts the ball in. It's dipping under the crossbar, all right. And Donnarumma punches it back over his own crossbar. Well done. Callum, I can't wait 34 minutes till a funny moment. Stay patient, Callum. Stay patient, I promise you. Good things come to those who wait. They've got a 2-0 head start here. Oh, Arsenal had another free header there in the middle of the box. Do you know what? That'll be the best thing. The best thing about him going out is every time there's a set piece, the camera pans to that numpty on the touchline. Honestly, he's more annoying him than Jason Tindall, isn't he? That set piece coach for Arsenal, every single time there's anything that happens to do with a defending a set piece, scoring a set piece, whatever, like, it's always given as a... They just show him. They show him on the camera. It's annoying. Aaron, that's a shot on target, surely. Saka, no. Saka's isn't going to be accounted as a shot on target. It's a corner, mate. You're not going to get a shot on target for that. Free kick to Arsenal on the far right-hand side. This is actually a better position for him to whip this in. But yeah, I actually think this probably, Barca going out last night, it probably strengthens Salah's claims. Yeah, I think Barca's... I don't think PSG and I don't think Inter have a particularly obvious Ballon d'Or contender. So, therefore, the Champions League... And the same with Arsenal, to be honest. There was only really Lamine Yamal who was competition for Salah. Maybe Dembele. But I think, again, he's not the PR option. If you don't view it as the best player in the world award, which it isn't that. It's basically a marketing award given by journalists a lot of the time to decide who are we actually going to promote as the best player in the world. It's Lamine Yamal who they wanted to give it to. After that, the next best person for them to give it to was always Mohamed Salah. There's nobody else. Aaron, he went for goal, in my opinion. I know in my opinion as well, he did go for goal. It was a corner that he was trying to land right under the crossbar. You're never ever going to get that from Opta, and that's who decides, isn't it? Opta have to decide whether or not it was a clear, intentional shot on target. Callum Dembele has scored like 25 since Jan. They defo have a Ballon d'Or winner. Again, it's not about stats and numbers per se. It's about the optics of it. Think about the optics of it. Dembele is a player who he can't. He failed at Barcelona. That was his big move. If he'd have gone there and done this at Barca, then he probably would have been in with a Ballon d'Or shout. But it's been a bit of a all I'm saying is, right, marketing wise, PR wise, Salah, African player, performed consistently at this level as well for 10 plus years or whatever it's been. Has broken the Premier League record this season, which is no mean feat. And won the Premier League as well. I just think Salah's the one that is the standout now. From a marketing point of view, that's what they'll be looking at. Forget numbers, forget assists, because it really doesn't come into consideration. They probably wanted to give it to Yamal. Now there's not. You can't give it to a 17-year-old just for the double. I know I'm not saying just the double, but you know what I mean? Like, if it had been a treble and he's won the European Championships, then it's like, wow, you can't ignore him. And he's still one of the best players in the world at 17. But he ain't going to win a Ballon d'Or this season now. I'd be very surprised. Whereas Salah feels objectively a little bit more. Like a PR machine appointment. Or a PR machine choice. Right, so at what point do we see Dembele, if at all? Do we see any changes yet? We've got 3 players on yellow cards. Mendes is on a yellow. Declan Rice is on a yellow. And Lewis Skelly's on a yellow. Arsenal are throwing in this ball again. It's another long throw into the box. We've had a lot of long throws in. It's come out to the edge of the area. Oh, really good play by Barcola, and that should be a free kick. No, they've knocked it long. Kvaratskhelia chasing it down. Oh! Oh, unlucky. Unlucky. Very unlucky, that. Saliba wasn't sure of himself there. He really wasn't sure of himself. Declan Rice in the area. Oh! Oh my God, that very nearly dropped at the feet of Saka at the back post. That was unlucky. Here's Saka. They're in the area. Shot. Oh my God, again, what a save from Donnarumma. Goodness gracious me. He's got to win the player of the tournament. He's got to win player of the tournament, Donnarumma. He's done that now so many times. So many times. Not just for Liverpool, against Villa, against Arsenal tonight. That's some save, that. That is some save. Saka's just no backlift out of nothing. Just smash that in. It's curling into the top corner, right in the postage stamp. And what a save by Donnarumma. Unbelievable. It's a corner to Arsenal. Comes out again to Saka. Same position. He's going down. He's claiming a penalty. He's not going to get that. Not going to get that. No chance. Here's Hakimi charging forward. If they get this right, PSG could have a goal on the counter. Hakimi. Oh, deflection. Saved. Sam Holloway, I need words alone with Donnarumma. Yeah, it's been some performance from Donnarumma, hasn't it? It's been some performance from him. We talked about this against Bournemouth, didn't we? Look at where David Raya's position is there. Look at where David Raya... Right now, look at him. He's playing as another centre-back. He's outside of his box all the time. All the time. And they're splitting the full-backs. If he loses that ball there... Sorry, splitting the centre-backs. Full-backs are high. They're splitting the centre-back. And David Raya's taking a lot of the ball centrally. When PSG press, if he loses it there, it'll be a tap-in. We've seen it a few times now. Palace, Bournemouth tried it. They're taking a few risks having him there. I understand why, because it gets an extra body forward, but it's a bold move. Right, it's a foul. It's a foul. Callum Clock has stopped. Oh, Jesus Christ. What is going on here? Checking for a potential penalty. To who? To who? Arsenal. Don't say it's a potential penalty, potential handball. Oh, handball to... Oh, my God. It's going to be a penalty to PSG. Oh, please. Please. Handball to PSG. I am so here for that. I am so here for that. Give him a penalty. He's given... We didn't even claim for it. It's an handball. It's a penalty to PSG. Oh, and Arsenal are going out. Oh, no. They're going out. Yes. Yes. And the ref is like, I can't do anything. It's a shot from Hakimi. It hit. I mean, it's so harsh. It is harsh. Oh, you don't want to see penalties like that given, but it is harsh. That is very, very harsh. Oh, I'm so here for this, though. Oh. That's an absolutely unbelievable decision. I can't believe what we've just witnessed. When he said penalty check, I thought, oh my God, it's not for that foul on Saka a few seconds ago, is it? It's not for that. No one even spotted it. There was no claim. There was nothing. How? It's so mad. It's so mad that this is what has happened in football. But that has just totally and utterly ruined the night. That is bad, innit? That is bad. Like, I'm a Liverpool fan. I am totally loving it. Arsenal are going to get 2-0 down, 3-0 overall. That kills the tie. If this is a goal, it kills the tie. But yeah, that is grim. That is grim. That's absolutely insane, man. Callum, that's so harsh. It's a pen. He stops it going bottom right. Mate, the ball doesn't change trajectory. The ball doesn't change trajectory, and he's turned away. He's like that. He's blocking. He's blocking his shot. This is what I was talking about last night in the Champions League. The UEFA referees have a much lower standard for what a handball is. In the Premier League, that never gets given. That never ever gets given. Not even close to getting given. But in the Champions League, if it hits your hand in the box, body position, distance from shot, intent, all that makes no difference at all. Makes absolutely no difference at all. None. Right, Vitinha steps up. Will it be 2-0? Will it be 3-0 on aggregate? He saved it. He saved it. Oh, well, hey, there you go. That's justice done, I guess. That's justice done. That is justice done. Baffling. Baffling. It really is. Sam Holloway. The 30 outward Arsenal fans on social media will blame our loss on this now. Great. I mean, look, yeah, that was a poor penalty. That was unforgivable, that penalty from Vitinha. Dembele coming on here for Barcola. Do you know what? Again, at the very least, we can say that I actually prefer it this way now, because if they'd have scored that penalty, you'd have had Arsenal fans saying, yeah, that's why it's gone. That's why we've gone out. That's why we've gone out, because of that penalty. No, you're going out now. You're going out because you've not been the better team over 2 legs. That's the reality of it. Nothing to do with the penalty. You got a bogus penalty got given against you, and he saved it. So now you can't be having any of that. You're going out because you're going out. That's it. Callum DiMarzio, Liverpool have put an offer in for De Bruyne. I'd be amazed if that was true. That'd be so good though. Ball into the box, cleared away, corner to PSG, knocked back into the box. Good play by Dembele there. Throw in. Aaron, you can't be giving that after not awarding the Barca one, which wasn't a pen either. Was that the one where Bastoni goes down in the penalty area? That one? Yeah, but I just think UEFA have got a really, like I said, they've got a really low tolerance, a really low threshold for what constitutes a penalty for handball. If it hits your hand in the area, it's a penalty. Doesn't matter about anything else. In the Prem, that never even gets sent to VAR. The ref doesn't even look at it because it's never a pen. And in England, we don't like that, giving us a pen. There would be boos round the stadium if that was given as a pen. Callum, DiMarzio is the one that broke Chiesa to Liverpool too. Yeah, look, I mean, if DiMarzio's saying it, then I'm sure there's an element of truth in it. Maybe we are interested in De Bruyne, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I'd love it. Like, I would love it. But I don't know how I'd feel about having a proper City legend playing for us. Like, he's still world class. He would have a point to prove. And he supported Liverpool as a lad, didn't he, De Bruyne? He supported Liverpool. He was, like, Steven Gerrard was his idol growing up, so could see that happening, you know. De Bruyne to Liverpool, Christ, imagine that. Sam Holloway, well done, Riot. Callum, that would have been funny if it went in. Aaron, Arsenal comeback, is that the turning point? They're hoping so. Here's Kvaratskhelia. Oh, it's it! It's in, it's 2! There you go! Hakimi! That's it! 2-0, sorted, done now. Nothing wrong with that. What a finish. What a wonderful finish. 2-0 PSG. Bang! Get in there. Oh. Oh no, and it's another trophyless season for Arsenal. Trophyless season for Arsenal. See them singing. What are they going to be singing now? Mediocre forever. Forever and ever. Oh no. It's so bad. It's such a bad game, this. Like, to have given that penalty and then save it, and then all of a sudden, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a great goal. It's a fabulous goal. It's a really good finish. You can't do out about that. And now heads will drop. And they might actually put another one past Arsenal. And then it's a convincing 4-0 over 2 legs in it. Like, not even close. That's what we want now. Now we want it to be convincing. We want a resounding 4-0 battering. Doué's coming off. Hernandez coming on. It's the defender for an attacker, so they're probably going the other way. Sam Holloway, sometimes I love Champions League refs and the different decisions made from the Prem, but some are so poor. Yeah. Graham Harrison, always the bridesmaid. Yeah, always the bridesmaid, never quite the bride. Oh, goodness me. Arsenal. The socials are going to be lit up after this, aren't they? They're going to be absolutely all over the place. But there you go. So now we've got PSG and Inter in the final. What do we make of that? PSG Inter final. And you know, Arsenal, you've got to say as well, look, irrespective of what we think of the penalty decision, they're 3-0 down over 2 legs and PSG have missed a penalty. And hit the bar a couple of times. They've hit the post tonight as well. Like, don't let any Arsenal fan tell you that the scoreline flatters PSG. Don't let them tell you that at any point. PSG have hit the post, they've hit the bar, they've missed a penalty. They hit the post in London as well, of course. They've had numerous chances to finish this game off, and they're still winning 3-0. So don't ever let any of these Arsenal fans tell you otherwise, that PSG, you know, it's a close game and close over 2 legs. No, they've smashed them. It's not been close. They've absolutely caned them. Bottle jobs forever. That is what they're going to be singing now. Bottle jobs forever. Listen, it's always sad, because this is the end of the season now for Arsenal. They've gone out of the Champions League. They're going to have to give Liverpool a guard of honour this weekend. That's not going to be pleasant. Spurs could yet win a Europa League. Spurs have still got a final to play in. Imagine you're an Arsenal fan now. How are you feeling now as an Arsenal fan? Spurs are going to be in a European final. You've got to clap out Liverpool this weekend. Oh, this is going to be a grim end to the season. A properly grim end to the season. I love it. Here's Trossard breaking in. Chance. Could be 2. Saka. It's 2-1. It's 2-1. Hey, they've scored. They've scored, Arsenal. Christ. There's going to be a check. There is going to be a check for a potential foul. The ref's giving it. The ref's giving the goal, but there is going to be a check here. There's going to be a check. I think that's a dive. Yeah, you're not getting a foul for that. You're not getting a foul for that. That's going to be 2-1. It's going to be 2-1. Oh, no, he does shove him. He does shove him. That probably is a foul, actually. No, it stands. There you go. He's give it. He's not changing his mind. 2-1. There you go. Stands. And, Hakimi's goal effectively now doesn't count. It's still 2 goals that Arsenal have to find. James Bond would be great if Arsenal finished 3rd if they went out tonight. It could happen as well. It could happen. They've got Liverpool this weekend. They've got Newcastle as well, who've already beaten twice this season, haven't they? So, Liverpool, Newcastle. And who else do they play? Is it Southampton? They play Southampton last day of the season, don't they? They'll win. They'll beat Southampton. They're not finishing that far down. But if City were to win out their last 3 games, and Arsenal drop points in Liverpool and Newcastle, then maybe. Could that work? Let's see. How far behind are they? So they're 3 points clear of City. So the maximum number of points that City can get is 73. If Arsenal were to draw with Liverpool, draw with Newcastle and beat Southampton, they'd be on 72. So they could, They could. Yeah, it could happen. Really could happen. If Newcastle were to beat them as well, and Liverpool were to beat them, and then they just beat Southampton, they could even finish 4th. Or 5th. If Chelsea get the skates on. It could all happen. If Arsenal lose against Liverpool and Newcastle, but beat Southampton on the final day, they'll finish on 70 points. Chelsea, Newcastle and City can all finish well in excess of 70 points. They could finish 5th. Here's Martin Odegaard. Get it away, PSG. Don't let it be 3-2, for God's sake, and then we've got to have a nervous 10 minutes. That's what's going to be grim. Calm the Tottenham fan. First goal in the 2 legs. I'm loving it. I'm dancing. Didn't even realise they scored. James Bond to be icing on the cake for me. That City have an easy running, I think. Easier, should I say, sorry. City's fixtures are Southampton away this weekend. That's 3 points. And then they've got Bournemouth at home and Fulham away. Fulham away last day of the season. I think they'll beat Bournemouth. And I think they'll probably get at least a point at Fulham. So, yeah. I think they can technically finish 7th. They could technically finish outside of the Champions League places. Oh, they've missed it! Oh, Bukayo Saka's just skied it in an open net. Jesus, and do you know what? It's that. There's a ball in there. Donnarumma comes out to try and claim it, gets nowhere near it, and Saka has just smashed it over the bar on the half volley. 6 yards out with an open net, and he skied it. That's like Sterling, that for City. Do you remember when Sterling skied it for City away at... was it against Lyon, that? It was against Lyon in the quarter-final. Do you remember that? COVID season. Sterling skied an absolute sitter exactly like that. And then Pep went over and sat down on the bench and was like... Yeah, no, they're not. Listen, they'd have to lose every single game, Arsenal, and hope like, all the other results went their way, but it'd be funny. But they're pushing forward. I mean, look, that goal that Saka scored has kind of given them a bit of belief back again. PSG are going to have to tighten the screws up again because there's still 10 minutes left here. They still only need 2 goals. Here we go. Come on, PSG. Go on, Kvaratskhelia. Get at him. Get at him. Let's get a third and kill it off. Itty. Kvaratskhelia. Itty. Oh, good save by David Raya. It's punched out. Free kick to PSG. Hey, and it was Declan Rice who fouled him. They're all claiming for an extra second yellow card there. They're all claiming for a second yellow card. Right, so they're getting some more changes ready here, Arsenal. I think it's Ben White who's about to come on, by the way. Don't know why they'd be bringing Ben White on. Feels like a weird change. Martinelli's gone off. Trossard's come on. Lewis Skelly went off of Calafiori. And the next available player that they could bring on in terms of an attacking change, I would have thought would have been Ethan Nwaneri or maybe Raheem Sterling, but evidently they're about to bring Ben White on. Does that make any sense to anyone? Again, that's for me. If I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm looking at it going, right, Mikel, listen, change things up. Get Ethan Nwaneri on. Maybe even get Sterling on. Sterling has at least got some experience at this level. You'd want him in that team. You don't want to be putting Ben White on for. Why would you put Ben White on? James Bonter, tell you what, Arsenal desperately need a proper goal scorer. Need a proper manager is what they need. A proper manager. Thomas Partey in. Great block. Right, here we go. Get this forward, Mendes. Long ball over to the far side. Oh, Hakimi just can't quite get into it. Right, we're into the last 7 minutes or so of normal time, plus injury time still to come. Arsenal need 2. If they've got any chance here, they need 2. It's going to be Ben White coming on for... Who's he coming on for? Timber. Why would you put Ben White on for Timber when you're chasing? You need 2 goals in the game. Unless there's an injury, that makes no sense, That makes 0 sense, that change. Like, none. You'd have to... I would definitely be sacrificing a defender, don't get me wrong, because PSG are not really putting any sort of an attacking threat forward. But I would almost certainly be putting an attacker on. Nwaneri or Sterling for... If you're taking Timber off, take him off, that's fine. Why are you putting Ben White on? Put Nwaneri on or Sterling and get him up there. Get an extra body in the final third. Arsenal, that's the only way they're going to get 2 goals in the next 10 minutes. You've not got all day. You can't fanny around putting Ben White on for frigging Timber. What are you doing? Throw into PSG. Matt Gilmartin. Arsenal need a miracle. No kidding. Yeah. Desperately need a miracle at this point. 10 minutes to go. And again, I still think this scoreline flatters Arsenal. Because the game's not been this close. Or rather, the tie. Maybe not the game. The game probably has been a 2-1 game. Probably has been a 2-1 game, but not the tie. The tie's not been close. Matt Gilmartin, love watching Arsenal lose. They deserve nothing. The cop shite. I love that. Oh, that's really poor. At the back from Saliba. Really poor, actually. Kvaratskhelia. Leave it. Keep hold of it there. Go on. Take it in the corner. Slow it down. Slow it down. Saliba's all over him. Ref, come on. You've got to give a foul there. Got to give a foul. He's all over him, ref. He's all over him. Corner. That's a foul. Goal kick. You've got to be having a laugh. You've got to be having a laugh. Oh, Calafiori having a go at the Georgian Messi there. Yeah, you must be joking. You've got nothing, you lad. Get away. Get away. Yellow card for Calafiori. Yellow card for Kvaratskhelia. Now the ref's dishing the cards out. If you had over 2.5 cards in the game, you've done well there. I mean, you'd think you'd already won it, to be honest. But if you were looking for cards in the game, that's exactly what you want. Those sort of flashpoints. Yeah, Saka has missed an absolute sitter there, and Arsenal fans will be looking back on that. I bet you know. I've not even looked. I've not even looked, and I'm absolutely certain there will be a freeze or a still picture or a freeze frame, a still, whatever it's called. I am absolutely certain there will be one of Saka where the ball's just coming to him, and he'll have it literally under the bar, tapping, nobody in net, and he skied it. Matt Gilmartin, I remember when Theo Walcott wore different sleeves to the captain, and Arsenal Fan TV went in on him. Ridiculous. Yeah, AFTV don't mind going in on players like that, do they, to be honest? But again, they can't really seem to make their mind up, because today they've had a big debate on whether Odegaard should be captain next season. You know, apparently this has been a couple of unbelievable seasons for Arsenal. Odegaard's been your captain, but now he's standard. Maybe he's not a great personal season on an individual level. Now it's time to drop him as captain. Doesn't feel particularly. Honestly, I think Arsenal lost this in the first leg when they did that whole Mikel Arteta saying to the fans, we need you at the ground. We need you to bring your boots and kick every ball with us, and look to the person sat next to you and say, "Are you with us? Are you with us tonight?" And it was all a bit fake and a bit forced, wasn't it? And then they came out and they were 2-0. They were 1-0 down within 2 minutes. They could have been 2-0 down in 5-10 minutes, and it was just like an absolute. Yeah, they just messed it up. They just ruined it up. Odegaard, it's gone behind. No, it's a throw-in. Throw-in to Arsenal. It's going to be another long throw here. And it's Goncalo Ramos coming on here for number 25, which is... Who's coming off? Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes for Goncalo Ramos. Left back for a centre forward. That feels a bit bold. Again, this is the changes that Mikel Arteta should be making. Why is it PSG, who are already 2-1 up, why are they putting a centre forward on for a left back? Arsenal need 2 goals. 2 goals. He's not put Wanuri or Sterling on. There is only 2 real attacking options. He's not put them on. If I'm Ethan Wanuri, I'm putting a transfer request in this summer. If I don't get brought on in this game with you've not got any other attacking options really, and you don't bring me on, I am raging. Absolutely raging. There's no way he stays at Arsenal this summer. Because you'd be looking at it and going, how are you not putting me in? How are you not putting me in? We need 2 goals. How are you not putting me in? And I think he'd have every right to feel entitled about that, given how he's contributed. Not only from the bench, but when he started. I know he's only a young lad, but look at what Lamine Yamal's doing. I think Ethan Wanuri's been brilliant. He's breaking records for Arsenal. So for him to not put him in the last 10 minutes at Paris, when it's a historic game for Arsenal. They've not been in a Champions League semi-final for a long time. They're so close, or one game away from the final. They need 2 goals. No changes coming from your manager. This, and I'm anticipating that's going to be the case. But the noise from Arsenal fans has to be towards Mikel Arteta here, because I think he's got it all wrong. The changes have been non-existent. I can't understand at all why you're not making attacking changes at this point. Matt Gilmartin, I wonder whether a few clubs will have a look at Goncalo Ramos in the summer. I think so. I think there's a few Prem clubs would have a little look at him. How much did they pay for him, by the way? Goncalo Ramos. How old is he as well? Feels like he's been around for ages. He's only 23. Yeah, he's a certainty then. He is a certainty. I don't know why. When you said Goncalo Ramos, for some reason I immediately thought he was 26, 27. Feels like he's been around for a long time. When he was at Benfica, obviously he was a lot younger than I imagined he was. But at Benfica he was brilliant, wasn't he? I mean, what was it, 106 games, 41 goals at Benfica. And he left there when he was 21. So he was basically 1 in 2 when he was 21. And then at PSG, he's got 76 appearances, 29 goals. So again, not far off 1 in 2. And I'll be honest, I think most of it has been off the bench. So those are just appearances, they're not starts. So, yeah, I think you could be right, mate. 23, Goncalo Ramos. Maybe he's one of the ones that a few teams will take a surprise look at. Assuming he's available, of course. How much did they pay for him? £65 million. Well, euros. Ball in, just behind. It's another goal kick to PSG. There's 5 minutes of added time, and I think that might just do it. There's 4 minutes left here. That's it. Callum, I'm loving this so much, mate. Get your text sent out. Get your text sent out to your Arsenal mates. This is it. This is where you're going to be able to gloat. Start sending them. Mediocre forever. Bottle jobs forever. Forever and ever. It's been bad. It's been really bad for Arsenal tonight. Not just to go out, but to go out in the manner that they've gone out in. Nothing wrong. No shame in losing at PSG. It's been tough, but I still think they lost it in the first leg. And the tone, the approach, the arrogance. There's a lot of rival teams will be enjoying this, and quite rightly. Back in your box, Arsenal, will be the overwhelming message here. That'll be the overwhelming message. Matt Gilmartin, Arteta in, what a guy. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what the feel is from Arsenal fans on socials. On X, you'll see the tweets coming out immediately. You'll see what everyone's saying probably over the next day or so. Chance to shoot, unlucky. That was better. Here's Kibior. Finley Matthews, why aren't you live on TikTok? I got suspended on TikTok, mate. I got a little slap on the wrist, a little slap on the knuckles, because I talked about our sponsor on TikTok. And you can't promote gambling sponsors, gambling activities on TikTok. So I have been suspended on TikTok for 3 days. I'll be back on Sunday. On Sunday, I'll be live again on TikTok. But for the next few days, I am going to be entirely live on YouTube. I'm always live on YouTube, and I think it's a better view. But if you want to stay on TikTok, I have no problem with that. I'll be back live on TikTok on Sunday. And if you want to check out the schedule of all the games that we're live for, we're live every single day this week. 4 times on Saturday, 4 times on Sunday. Go and have a look at the game. See which ones you fancy. See which ones you're going to dip in for. It'd be good to see you. Callum, I can see this Arsenal side getting torn apart this summer. No, that is where Mikel Arteta, that'll be suicide. If they lose Saliba this summer, and there's a real possibility they do, by the way, there is a big possibility that Madrid go big for Saliba. Hakimi here driving forward. PSG. Oh, he's just going to calm it down now. There's only 40 seconds left. Callum, if it was Liverpool, I'd have sympathy, but nah, it's Bottle Job FC. Matt Gilmartin, did you see that Liverpool have apparently made an offer for Kevin De Bruyne? I didn't see it, no, but I think it was Callum in the chat came in and said that DiMarzio had confirmed Liverpool have made an offer for De Bruyne. If indeed that is true, I am mega excited by it. I love Kevin De Bruyne. I think he's an exceptional player. I don't know how I'd feel about it he's a legend of City, so I don't know how I'd feel about it, but he's got so much still to offer. Every time I've seen him play for City this season, he's been the best player on the pitch. So, yeah, on a free, on the right wages, he can give us 2 years at Liverpool. And he'd have a point to prove, wouldn't he? He'd have a point to prove. He'd be saying to City, listen, I can still win championships and Champions Leagues, and I want to stay around. You don't think I'm good enough anymore. I'm telling you I'm good enough. So he'd have a point to prove. A bit like James Milner did when he came. So, yeah, I think we could get maybe 2 good years out of Kevin De Bruyne. There you go. There you go. The players have all collapsed. PSG, glorious. Arsenal, despondent, dejected. They're just falling on the floor. They're absolutely gutted, those Arsenal players. And you can see PSG, are into the final. It's a PSG Inter final. We will have a new Champions League winner. PSG and Inter have never... That's a lie. What are we talking about? I thought it was going to be Arsenal. That was what Inter Milan was saying. Ignore me. Inter Milan are going to be facing PSG, a team who've never won this competition before. Inter Milan have won it 3 times, and they were in the final just 3 years ago. So everyone will still say that look at that big fireworks show over the Parc des Princes. Inter Milan, I still think, will go into this one as favourites. But I still fancy PSG to win it. Inter have got all the experience. PSG, I just think, are a great team coming together at the right time. Hakimi is world-class. Dembele, world-class. Kvaratskhelia, world-class. Donnarumma, world-class. Mendes, I think the midfield 3 are great. Fabian Ruiz is the difference maker tonight. But we've seen Vitinha, we've seen, João Neves. They've been unbelievable. And that man as well, Luis Enrique, after all he's been through, his little girl, all that stuff, he deserves it, doesn't he? He really deserves it. Oh, and yeah, so I've no problem with it. I think PSG, I'd like them to win it for Luis Enrique, if nothing else. But it's going to be a fascinating final. We'll be live for that again Saturday, 31st of May, at the Allianz Arena in Germany. We'll be live for PSG against Inter Milan. Who's your take? Who do you think's going to win that one? Callum, I sent a whole paragraph to 3 Arsenal fans. PSG in the final. Bye Arsenal. Popcorn out. Great team this PSG is, Callum. Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, it is. It's a very good team. And that's why you've got to also point that out with Arsenal as well. They've gone out to a very, very good team. They've probably gone out to the winners. In my opinion, at least. I'd still say Inter are favourites with the bookies. It'd be interesting to see how they stack it up. But, yeah, it's been a good side for PSG. Let me catch up. What was I saying? Callum, I can't believe Neymar, Suarez, Messi were 10 years ago. Keon. I know. Yeah, I know. To be honest, Barcelona... Do you know that as well? I saw that stat today, which I thought was quite interesting. Joe Allen, as in the Welsh Xavi, Joe Allen, has been in a European final sooner than Barcelona have. More recently than Barcelona have. Joe Allen. That's how long Barcelona have been away from the very top of the game. Reece Crownshaw crying right now. Oh, Reece, I'm sorry, mate. Listen, this should give you a little bit of confidence, I guess, going into next season that you have got European calibre there. And in many ways, Arsenal were a little bit unlucky tonight. But what do you think about Mikel Arteta not making changes? I can't understand why we've not seen Wanyuri come on tonight. Why we've not seen Sterling come on tonight. Why wouldn't he have made those changes? I'm baffled. Callum, I'm off though. Got to call some Arsenal fans. No worries, mate. Listen, we'll be back live tomorrow night. Hopefully see you tomorrow night. Yeah, great night. Absolutely fantastic. Brilliant. Callum, PSG 2, Inter 2, PSG win on pens. Yeah, listen, we've really got to see whether or not now this PSG team can secure the French Cup. They play Reims in the French Cup. They've already won Liga 1. They're through to the final. If they win the French Cup, they're on course for a treble. Inter Milan were on course for a treble. But they got knocked out of the Coppa Italia by AC Milan. They've been knocked off the top of Serie A by Napoli. And it now looks for Inter as if this is their last chance saloon. This is their final opportunity to win anything, Inter Milan. Whereas PSG, they could be an all-conquering PSG side, a treble-winning side. Bukayo Saka trudging off the pitch there. Looks absolutely devastated. Reece, absolutely no idea why he didn't bring Wanyuri on. Callum, see you tomorrow. I'm going to be rocking the Tottenham shirt. Good lad. Well, there's the PSG owner, and all the PSG players are celebrating there on the pitch. Proper FIFA style, isn't it? It's a bit generic. But hey, listen, they're going to the final. They've booked their place in the Allianz Arena at the end of this month. And look at that, it's chaos. Chaos in the stands there. Pyro all over the place. red smoke billowing from the stands. Great night in the Parc des Princes. I've loved it. Callum, hoping to see one of Atletico or Liverpool here next season. Maybe both. Maybe it's Atletico Liverpool next season. That'd be good, wouldn't it? That'd be good. Simeone versus Slot. Right. Well, listen, it's 10 o'clock. I am going to go. I'm going to shoot off. I will be live tomorrow night from 7 p.m. for Bristol City against Sheffield United. We're not going to do the European games tomorrow because I'll be honest, I think they're all pretty much a foregone conclusion. Chelsea are through, Spurs are through, United are through. I would be amazed if any of those three don't go through. The only one that I am tempted to watch is Betis and Fiorentina. However, I've booked in the Championship playoff semi-final. It is the game that we tend to get most views on, Championship games. We tend to, if you look at the top 5 on YouTube at least, and even on TikTok as well, across all of our platforms, the Championship and League 1 games get the most views. So, by some distance as well. With those Championship games are really, really intense and really, really good quality as well, really entertaining. So looking forward to Bristol City against Sheffield United at Ashton Gate tomorrow. We'll be doing that one. We will, of course, keep updated throughout the night as we do. You know how we do it on this channel. We'll still have, updates as goals are going in, I'm sure. Hopefully, listen, if Bilbao are 2-0 up, I'll be turning it over. If Spurs, aren't looking so hot, we'll be turning it over. I'm only kidding. There'll be Sheffield United fans and Bristol City fans involved, so we definitely won't be turning it over. But I'll be so tempted to. But we'll be live tomorrow night at 7 o'clock for the Championship playoff semi-final. First leg, Bristol City, Sheffield United at Ashton Gate. I'll see you all tomorrow night. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for commenting and sharing and liking the live and all that good stuff. Make sure you subscribe.